Hey, welcome to Speak the Truth. Just waiting for people to come on and join us. What is the title? We're gonna be talking about Kamala. She has resurfaced, so we want to talk about Kamala. She's resurfaced. She is still the sitting vice president, so happy to see her. I'd like to see a little bit more of Biden. I know they called emergency meeting. Hopefully, everything is well with Biden. Who knows what's going on? They really don't tell us much about what's going on with Biden, but it appears that I don't know if they say he was doing well or not. I don't know if you guys heard anything what's going on with Biden, but I guess they would wish that I don't know. I don't want to say that. To be able to remove him and allow Kamala to be the first, female president. So I feel like they might try to do something like that.
Yeah, I keep seeing it trending on Twitter.
What's
Where,
trending?
where is Joe Biden?
Yeah, this is like everyone wants President Trump to address everything. He is not the president. He is the president elect, but everyone is wanting him to answer for everything. So I don't know if it makes any sense. When we have a sitting president, you expect him to be leading the country. We have a sitting vice president, you expect for her to have input or give us an update. If whatever he's doing or whatever, they should be giving us updates. Like you said, it's trending. Where is Biden?
Yeah.
It's like he's been able for 4 years not to be held accountable, not even for Bidenomics, which was the big deal. Like American citizens, like we didn't know that when we go to the grocery stores or we're not being affected by inflation, our jobs are not, um, they're not meeting because inflation is so high. We're not getting raises that's going to meet up with inflation, the way the economy is. And it's like no one had to answer for everything that's going on. And you have American citizens that are out here. Hi. You have Americans that are out here that are needing help, and that shouldn't happen. They're needing help. They're living on the street. People are stepping over them. And I just wish some of that care was for American citizens. We run out, we help the world, but we need to help our own as well. I mean, anyone that's American, I can't see like whatever, it's not even about party, it's about people. Because I've always voted Democratic in the past. I've always supported that party, but I'm like an independent voter. I'm gonna vote for whomever that I feel is the better candidate. And this past election, I did not feel like Tampon Tim and Kamala Harris, this 3-month campaign, I didn't feel as though that was the best direction for this nation. Yeah, I didn't feel like that at all. That their policies, they were supporting men and women's sports. They were supporting men and women locker rooms, little children being allowed to have sex change operations. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
with me, I'm always gonna vote Republican because I'm not
Let's be
for
loud.
I'm not for the Democratic agenda and all of their policies and what they're trying to do to the people of this country.
So anyway, the thing about it, that we had a absent vice president that they threw into office. They did a coup on Biden. They threw her into office, and it was, for not into office, but well, she kind of was because she didn't win any votes in the primary 4 years ago. But the way that she was placed into the position to even run for president, it wasn't right because no one voted for her to run for president. There was no primary, and that was unfair to the American people. So it's a lot that's going on right now. Still, that's going on. Trump isn't even in office, and there's a lot going on. And the people that are in office, a lot of the news medias like CNN, MSNBC, who I had always listened to, they're not holding them
I
accountable.
guarantee you wouldn't say that's my face, dude. But anyway,
they're not being held accountable for anything that they do. They get a pass. I'm trying to fix this while I was hoping you was there.
People aren't really joining this one.
But we'll see. Give it a little
I
bit
think
more time.
we have to do more about Trump because people don't really want to hear about Kamala anymore.
Okay, we'll give it a little bit more while because it's only been on for how long? 35, 36, how long? Oh, 6 minutes. Give it a little bit more time. If not, I'm going to go into the other topic that I really want to do. But I felt it was important. But I am going to play her. And she is talking in her word salad. I hope everyone is doing well. And I'm so thankful that she is not president-elect. I would be devastated if she was president-elect.
Kamala Harris in D.C. on Tuesday of this week.
No one can walk away.
Look at this.
No one can walk away. We must stay in the fight. This fight to keep the light of America's promise and to ensure it burns bright. Well, this fight now, it continues with you.
She had more to say then. Yvette Lewis, you might know her, member of the DNC executive panel, said, I'd be on board 100% with whatever she decides to do. I think she's a phenomenal person. I think she's got a phenomenal candidate. We're able to turn things around so quickly, and that's a testament to her. Well, based on your comments, you're about a 180 on that. So where are you on this future?
Thank you for having me. This is not what America wants. November 5th was a decisive defeat for the Democratic Party. She lost every single swing state. It wasn't a squeaker like it was in 2016. This was a resounding defeat. And right now, Kamala Harris is indulging in delusions of running for governor of California possibly in 2026 or even president again in 2028. America has said this is not what we don't want to be coconut pilled. We do not want Kamala Harris. We don't want failed border policies. And I feel like I'm liberated and I can finally tell the truth that the Democrats completely failed on the border.
DNC National Finance Committee. That's who Linda Lee is.
Tremendous mistake, and no one is willing to say that. You shouldn't be called bigoted or racist because you want strong borders for the United States. And you should be able to say that the economy was ailing under the Biden-Harris administration, that price hikes did indeed happen, but they denied that for the first 3 years of the administration. And when they finally did something, it was too late.
Well, Libby, you're now hearing from some Democrats who are singing a tune that's similar to yours. I don't know where they were before the election or whether or not the smelling salts are working now. But Rahm Emanuel's one of them. Let me just read you what he's writing about, okay? He talks about with inflation stinging, school absenteeism skyrocketing, and students' academic scores plummeting, Democrats consume themselves in debates over pronouns, bathroom access, and renaming schools, and adopted terms such as care economy and Latinx to win over voters. It was a hermetically sealed conversation with ourselves, and we appeared much as we sounded, distant and detached. Where were those voices pre-election day?
Afraid of being canceled, because the cancel culture in the Democratic Party, and I experienced it this week when I said there was a stench of loser hanging over the Democratic Party. You know what they called me? The W word, the C word. I lost tens of thousands of followers because I dared to tell the truth. Because in a cult, you can't tell the truth. You can't ask any questions, but I'm done with that. But he's totally right, and I'm probably going to get canceled again for what I'm about to say. Men are men and women are women.
That's right.
It's an issue when men are trouncing women in women's sports. This should not be a controversial
Can't
take.
tell the
This is
truth.
common
It's
sense.
crazy.
And the American people understand that the Democratic Party, they exist in their ivory towers that are so far removed from reality. And these ridiculous wars are not what Americans care about. We care about bread and butter issues. We care about putting food on the table.
That's right.
Sending our kids to school.
This is her
strong borders,
DNC woman's chair.
People rush through the border, and I'm a naturalized immigrant myself. So this is, and just because you care about these issues doesn't make you sexist or racist.
Mm-hmm. Lindy, you're in Philadelphia. Could Kamala Harris win a race in California for governor? Yes or no?
I don't think so, and I don't think that the field was going to clear for her. I think that's a false assumption because people understand that this is a fundamentally weak candidate.
I'm out of time. Thank you for yours, and we'll speak in the new year, okay? Lindy Lee.
Thank you
It's
so
just,
much.
Thank you.
and this Linda Lee is Kamala's. She was her chair, her finance chair. And this is coming from her. It's just amazing that we live in, some people just live in such a bubble, as bad as everything was, and how this administration that I actually voted for didn't do anything for American people, and the way that we each were personally affected by this administration. It's like she said, we can't even tell the truth that men are men and women are women. It's like such a delusion that's going on that, woke society wants you to believe that God created like 5 different species in the human race. There's only two, male and female. There's no in between. So just to come out and not to just like listen to the American people were saying, look, we're having, Bidenomics is not working for us. I fought to get Biden into office. I campaigned for Biden. I phone banged. I made speeches. I held big rallies at Independence Mall in Philadelphia. I did the whole 9 yards and did not realize that the Democrats were the wolves in sheep clothing. I had no idea that the first thing that they were going to do were open up the borders and allow millions and millions of people to come in all at once. And that's something you can't do, because it is unsustainable, because then you're going to have food insecurities. Yeah, it's going to hit our healthcare system, our school system, our housing. It's going to hit everything. And it was all off the Americans' back. It's all being financed by American taxpayers, when we can't get anything. We don't get the same benefits. We don't get the same open doors that were provided for people that have illegally entered into this country, when no country allows that. There's a vetting process in every country to come in, because what has happened, for some reason, that they wanted to have a mass numbers of people to come in a span of less than 4 years. For what reason? This way you had to open borders, that terrorists came in. They said 350 terrorists. It only took 19 to take down our twin towers in New York. So now you got 350 terrorists running around in this country, and guess who's taking care of them? The American people are taking care of them. They're probably living in the luxury hotels. They're giving EBT cards. They're giving $3,700 to males. They're giving 13,000, 14,000 in EBT cards. They're getting health care. They're getting laptops. Even the school systems, the teachers aren't even capable of teaching the students, which affect American kids, because they don't speak the language. So you need resources to even provide them the tools that they need to succeed, let alone American kids who went through a pandemic that are already failing in school. And then they even took some of the schools and closed the schools, and they converted them into shelters. So this is what that they was telling the American people, but it was nothing in the bag or in the pocketbook for us. There was no plan for a better future for American citizens. As soon as we were hit with a crisis with Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton, people lost everything. They still haven't received help. They lost everything. They didn't go out there, even when people wanted to use their own helicopters to go out there and rescue people. They were threatened. So more people died. FEMA didn't come around. FEMA was nowhere to be found. FEMA saying, oh, we sorry, we don't have any money, because we reallocated the money to the illegal immigrants. And it was like more emphasis had been put on them than American people. And I guess why it bothers me is that when I go to work and I see American citizens on the street and they're not being helped, and it's cold out there, it's raining and it's snowing out here on the East Coast, and nobody is helping them, and you have people that have come into this country that have gotten benefits that they never have received, and they still aren't receiving it, that's a problem. And if you're an American citizen and you got soldiers out there that fought for this country, for our freedoms, and we don't care about what's going on, then I question if you are really American. It's no way that you are. Because God wants us, you're supposed to help everyone. But you're supposed to help yourself too. We're supposed to not we're running to help the world. We're helping Lebanon when they had a problem, when they had the hurricane Milton and Helene. We gave what $147 million to Lebanon because they had a problem, but we didn't pour into our own. And we can't keep turning our backs on American citizens because it's not right. It's not right. We have to help our soldiers. We have to help our citizens. You know, it's only but so much. I kid you not, I thought we didn't have the money. I thought that there was no money to help homeless people. I thought that we were just bankrupt. It was nothing we could do. I even thought that we couldn't get reparations until I saw that it was given to the immigrants, you know? So I was shocked because, like, going to work and stuff like that, whatever I would have, if they needed shoes, but you can't help everyone off of your salary. Whatever they need, you know, I tried to give it to them. I'll take them into the stores. If they were cold, I'll bring them into my office. You know, anything, you just can't ignore a need. And when I was unaware, I was totally unaware. I wasn't watching any news. I wasn't following what was going on. I didn't know that we had an absent president. I didn't know, just like we have one now. Like, where is Joe Biden? Where is Joe Biden? It's like he doesn't have, it's like they always want Trump to answer for more. And last election, I campaigned to help get Biden. I have receipts to show me with Biden, talking to Biden, welcoming Biden to my city, everything. I am shocked. I mean, I went into shock to realize that all that hard work, I didn't sign up for this. I thought that I thought Trump was the enemy, and I thought that he was gonna come in, and Barack Obama was passing him baton, and he was gonna continue, he was gonna give black people the anti-hate crime bill, but they gave it to the Asians. That's what was promised to us. We still don't have an anti-hate crime bill. You know, so the things that I thought that was gonna happen, they didn't happen. You know, I was totally delusion myself, believing that the Democratic Party that had power for over, what is it? They said Democrats have had power for like, what, how many years? Well, I know it's 16. Within 16 years, Democrats have been in power for 12 years. And that's how I voted. 12 years that they've been in power. And prior to that, black people, they said like the last 60 years, we just vote Democratic whether promises are made to us or not. We haven't been getting anything out of it, but we're the most loyal voting group. And it's crazy because they say if you keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result, then that's insanity. So my people, Jesus will be coming back before we wake up. You know, we still don't see that all we receive every election, every 4 years, come around and tell us how we need to vote and how the Republicans are the enemy and we need to put them in office. And this world has been turning upside down. They're the cause of the inflation we have. The Democratic Party, they are responsible for the economy. Kamala was the deciding vote for the economy. That doesn't make any sense. She was the deciding vote. She was the one for the Afghanistan pull out. Kamala was involved in that. She's the one that's the border czar. If you don't believe it, Google the 118th Congress. I'm a legislative director. You know, I've been Washington, Capitol Hill, all of that. You can look it up. Border czar is Kamala Harris. And she allowed these borders to been open like they are, but what she's done is put American citizens in danger. Look what has happened to some of your American citizens. You know, it doesn't make any sense what's going on. And it's like people are still bitter about this election. Election is every 4 years. If you don't like the candidate that's in there, you can vote them out. You can vote for someone else. That's why this is called a democracy. And the way that they ran, the campaign that they ran on abortion. She ran on abortion. Like every woman is having an abortion. Like, it's crazy. Like woman rights is the woman right is better to play in the sport that you ain't got to play against a dude. Your woman right is that you got a right to go into the spa and ain't some man in there with his junk out talking about he a woman. Your right is for your child, your little girl to be able to go in the bathroom and there's not no man in there with a wig. Your right is for your kids, your little children. You're not bringing them up to say that men supposed to be in dresses. They got drag queens in the schools trying to do story time with children. This is so confusing for kids. And then they're going to tell kids basically it's okay not to be a boy. It's okay not to be a girl. All this stuff is crazy. It's crazy. And everybody, it's like the emperor having the emperor have new clothes and he's naked. But everybody say, "Oh, you look great. Oh, wow." Like the emperor, he has the clothes on, but nobody want to tell him that he's naked. It's like we know that it's wrong. Men are not supposed to be in women's sports, but don't nobody want to say, God, you could put a dress on, you could put lipstick on a pig, but that's still a pig. A guy could put a dress on, heels on, you could put a wig on, you could carry a handbag, but you're still a man. You will always be a man. You and most of them are always like 6'6", 250 pounds, and they walk around talking about I'm a woman. No, you're not. But you want to compete against women, cheating women out of the right to excel in sports. These women are getting pushed out. What was her name? The swimmer. She had to swim against a man. I forget her name. What is her name? Anybody know her name? Rowley, I think it's something like that. Rowley.
It's Riley Gaines.
Rowley Gaines. I thought it was Rowley Gaines. And they took and they gave her, she won, her and the guy tied, but because it was political, they gave the trophy to the man. The man got the medal. He's racing women and women's swimmers, but he gets the medal. He like 6'5". And a woman, we don't have that statue. We don't have the air capacity. We're not built like men. And when that man leave this earth, no matter what he puts on, his DNA is always going to say he's a man. And a woman DNA is always going to say that they're a woman. But this is what they ran on. Women's rights is the right to feed your kids. If you got a job and they're laying everyone off, or you got a job and it's not keeping up with this economy, you can't feed your children. You need gas for work. You don't have enough money. You got to borrow money and you're working. If I could find it, there are people that got 2 jobs and still don't have money for food. They're working 2 jobs down. They're American citizens. They can't afford a place to live. And they're working. They are working. And that's not right. All the resources, they say, how much was it? 507? What was it? I think last year, how many billions was spent nationally on migrants? Billions and billions and billions of dollars. And it's unsustainable. We're housing, they're dressing. They in the malls, they shopping. They have no responsibilities. Everything's being handed out to them that's never been afforded to American citizens. American citizens haven't had the hand up. Other seniors can't work. Yeah, and it's just ridiculous. There are people and older people that gotta go. They still working. They 80 years old and they behind a cash register and they're still working because they can't afford food or they can't afford shelter. They're working. They're working. You see them in Walmarts. You see them in Dollar General. You see them in Macy's. You see them in all the stores. These people not there because they just want to be there. They're doing that because they can't eat. They're doing that because they don't have enough money to survive the month. That's why they're working. And then she's talking about that she wants to run again. She wants to run again. Nobody in their right mind. She does need $20 million. Any Democrats on here? She's not getting my money. You're going to spend $1.5 billion in 3 months. You can't handle money. And then you owe $20 million and you still lost. You didn't win one swing state. Nobody was falling for the okie doke. You reading from teleprompters. You didn't do any interviews. Nobody could ask you any questions. You can't sit and talk with world leaders if you can't talk to Fox News. I expect you to be able to sit down and go toe to toe with anybody. That's a leader. If you're the leader, you got to be confident. You got to stand 10 toes down. That was not this candidate. Now, women can be president, not that one. And then her running partner was Tampon Tim. That's not going to work. But then she's going to reappear. Now they want her, she wants to run for governor. And, she's still doing her same, like, word salads. It's not going to work. Putin and them wanted her to run because of the fact that.
Say this as we close
This is
out
her.
this year. I ask of you this, that those here and anyone watching, that you will not walk away, that you will stay true to your spirit and your sense of purpose, that you will continue to fight for the promise of America. And I ask you to remember the context in which you exist.
Context in which
that. I ask you to remember that this struggle is not new. It goes back nearly 250 years to
crazy.
Lexington and Concord. Generation after generation, it has been driven by those who love our country, cherish its ideals, and refuse to sit passive while our ideals are under assault.
You know what? When you see that, it's not even funny that this person had every bit of an opportunity to become president, and this would have been just devastating for the country. We couldn't afford another 4 years of what's going on, because what people don't realize, or maybe some people do, is that we got big problems here now that we never had before, because now we have Venezuelan gangs here. We have different people here that weren't here before. Like they even had the same people they said that weren't a problem in Aurora, Colorado. They up there, they done stab the man and pull out people's fingernails. They done torture people. And things like that shouldn't be going on in this country. And it doesn't even make any sense that all this has been allowed, and all these mayors and governors and people have been in denial. It's like people really have to suffer before anybody does anything about what's going on in this country. And the worst thing about it is that we have people here, they said it's like 15,000. No, what is it? They said it's like 13,099 murderers, convicted murderers. We got over 15,000 convicted rapists. We have, in New York, has over 58,000 convicted criminals there. It's 200,000 illegal immigrants. They're wiping the cities out. Chicago is losing their mind because they have such a budget deficit, and it's all because of trying to take care of the illegal immigrants that are not even supposed to be in this country. So the American people, that's why this election went the way that it does, because the American people saying, we're not here for this. We need help. We need our government that's in charge of keeping us safe, handling our money, that we need to make sure that our infrastructure is together. We're supposed to make sure that our kids are being fed. You have 3 million American kids that are suffering from food insecurities. And it's like a deaf ear to all this. People are really having a hard time. And there's so much that needs to be done. There's no way. And it's funny how, like, Trump only has 4 years. There's so many things that need to be done. It's going to be impossible. It's going to be impossible to take care of everything that needs to be done. Nobody can fix this. It's like you got to pick your poison. Like, what are you going to take care of first? Like, what are we going to do? And that's real. And the Democrats still are angry, still haven't gotten the memo, still haven't realized that she would have never been able to straighten out this country. I mean, Trump, people has respect for him, whether you like him or not, because like I said, I didn't vote for him the last time. Whether you like him or not, the world respects him. It's like we got real leadership right now. At least he knows what he's doing. At least he has like a Justice League, people and smart. He's really set himself around movers and shakers, the people that can make a difference. Because this country needs a lot of work done. And getting illegal immigrants, they're going to fight him tooth and nail. It's not going to be anything easy, but they're even fighting him like people are getting criminals out of this country. They're going to fight him. They caused this problem, and they're going to fight him every step of the way. And that's crazy, trying to undo what they've done so much, that is so much that needs to be done to straighten out this country. Gary, my name is... Yeah, Trump. And the thing about Trump, he's not like a regular Republican. I guess that's why I can respect him, is that everything he went through to, like he said, I'm staying away because they really want to get to you. Everything he went through to assassination attempts, whenever a president, a former president, or a president that's running from office ever had 2 assassination attempts, and it was old news, went under the rug, nobody found out anything, not even about the person that tried to assassinate him, they killed Corey.
Yeah, Gary's non-binary.
It's like nothing has been resolved. The FBI, they act like they can't even tell us where these drones are coming from. Like what's going on in this country? We got drones flying around, and they can't give you any answers for drones. They're all over the place. It's crazy, and you don't know who's watching. Just like they allow the Chinese balloon to collect all that intelligence to fly. They know where our military bases are. They know where everything's at. They're collecting information, and if we have people here that from other countries, from all around the world, you don't know what kind of attack from inside out that they're planning on this country. Y'all have to be for real. They're not going to. Before you had to be concerned about someone trying to, like they had, Russia had nuclear subs, like the coast of, they were somewhere near Cuba, not too far from the United States. But we have people inside the country now that can do damage. They had 4 years to set up. That's why even the Venezuelan gangs are in 16. They know that they're in 16 states. 16 states. So we should be concerned about what's going on. And when stuff starts jumping off, then y'all gonna like, oh, Trump, help us. Oh, look what's going on. Oh, they in my neighborhood. When they come to your neighborhood, then it'll be a situation.
They said Tulsi Gabbard ended Kamala's bid first time Kamala ran for president.
Yeah, she did. Well, sitting right here talking about, I got some sauce on my leg.
Yeah. I'm surprised to see so many men that are for the Democratic Party when they literally want you to become a woman, and you rather vote for a lady to be president than a man to be the leader of this free world. I just don't understand it. What are you gonna put on?
I'm gonna put on just some of the speech, or you could just say how you felt. How would you felt having a woman president? Is it a problem having a woman president?
Yeah, I just touched on that. I wouldn't feel good with a woman to be president of the United States, to be honest, unless it's Tulsi. Tulsi, she could be president. I'll vote for her. But thank you, Austin.
What did he say?
Yeah, and Rob said, brother, they're softer than Jello pudding. People using their emotions instead of logic. Exactly. A lot of Democrats are very emotional, and they get caught in your feelings by just the mere mention of even just Trump. It just sends them haywire. But everyone, that's a message to everyone in here, to use logic rather than your emotions. Unless you're saying to your girl or who you're dating, I love you, use logic rather than emotions. It took me some time to be able to do that too. I used to be really emotional. Thank you, Viva. Yeah, I gotta get used to it because I'm in college now, but I'm really like a more of a sloucher. I gotta make sure to stand up straight and stuff. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, if the women can handle the job, I just don't know how these other world leaders are going to respect the woman as president. That's the thing. See, Tulsi, she's a Marine, she's a veteran, so
She tough as
she's
nails.
tough. It's different with her because
Yeah, she is so.
she's at a different level of being tough. See, now other female presidents, for example, Hillary Clinton, I don't know how Vladimir Putin and President Xi and Kim Jong Un would have took her as president, would have took her serious. I don't think that would have happened, to be honest.
Because you got to look at Putin. Like even when Trump was, when they shot Trump, the first thing, well, Putin he was talking about because he knew that they trying to bait him and having a nuclear war. He was said the thing that he respected about Trump was that it wasn't that he said fight, fight, fight. It was that he handled it like a man. He got up and he said what he doesn't understand that even the mafia in Russia that they don't go after people's families. They don't go after the women and the children. And they felt that he felt as though that the way they attacked Trump's children, not just him, like even Putin had a problem with that. But the world leaders, those men, they respect strength. They don't respect weakness. And they would never listen to her. They would have never listened to her. And this is her finding Lindy, what?
Remember when Trump gave that handshake and pulled the guy?
Yeah, he pulled the guy. Trump, when he give a handshake, he let you know I'm the man.
Yeah.
When Trump goes and stand with the other, he's standing, he do his shirt like, yeah, the big dog here, because Trump is a boss. But this is Lindy Lee. I'm gonna play it again because I know it's different people that have been on here. But Lindy Lee.
This is a resounding
This
defeat.
was her.
And right now,
She
Kamala Harris
was
is
part of
delusions
Kamala's
for governor
campaign.
of California, possibly in 2026, or even president again in 2028. America has said this is not what we don't want to be coconut pilled. We do not want Kamala Harris. We don't want failed border policies. And I feel like I'm liberated and I can finally tell the truth that the Democrats completely failed on the border. Title 42 was a tremendous mistake, and no one is willing to say that. You shouldn't be called bigoted or racist because you want strong borders for the United States, and you should be able to say that the economy was ailing under the Biden-Harris
And this is
administration.
her
Price
DNC
hikes
women's
didn't
chair.
happen. They denied that for the first 3
She
years.
worked
of
for
the
Kamala.
administration, and when they finally did something, it was too late.
Now, look, Lindy Lee is a bundler for the Democratic Party. She raised a lot of money for Kamala Harris's campaign, and she feels that she was lied to about how she was performing in the polling, lied to by the Harris campaign about the likelihood of beating Donald Trump. And so she's been making the media rounds, and you can tell that she is really soured on the Democratic Party. But someone who hasn't soured on the Democratic Party is Joy Behar.
Oh, yeah,
Yet
Joy.
even she has some pretty harsh words for the Democratic Party and, more importantly, the Kamala Harris campaign. Take a look.
The thing the Democrats do, that most politicians do, but I think the Republicans did it back in the day.
Good old
with
view.
John McCain. It's like it's your turn. Kamala's in position. It's her turn.
Yeah.
Joe Biden, he did not retire early enough so that there could be an
Yes, her
open,
niece.
what do they call it? Primary. Exactly. Thank you. That's a simple word. And yet, there would have been an open primary. We would have seen what was out there a little bit more. It's just as bad as what they're doing with Trump, which is this loyalty oath that everybody has to take and bow down and kiss his ring. It's not about who's the best person. It's about who do you feel is in the next in line to do the job with the Democrats and with the Republicans.
It's not about who's the best person.
Obviously implying, and this would be a correct statement, that Kamala Harris was not the best person for the job.
It's not about the best
for running against
person.
Trump. And look, finally, even Joe Biden is taking some shots at Kamala Harris. If you don't believe me, take a look at this.
So I hope that you all feel that sense of, peace and light, and that just for a moment when you leave here today that you feel, a sense of joy. Because I think we all need we all need to feel joy now during this time of the season, during this time. So anyway, Okay, now I'll start.
Wow.
You're all reading into that.
Yeah, she voted for Trump.
Are we?
Yeah, so the
There
rumors are that
goes-
Joe Biden always hated Kamala Harris because of
And he hates
one
Trump,
line in
so
the
it's
debate,
funny.
back in
I know he
2020, the
hates saying
primaries,
this. I want to
where
get
she
Van
talked about
Jones
how
on.
Joe Biden was in favor of segregation on buses back in the day, and then she never forgave her for that. Oh my God, Queen Biden, way to hold on to that grudge
Right.
and hurt your own party in 1,000 different ways just because you were bitter. Anyway, so now, speaking of bitter though, I'm a little bit bitter about The View. Because when we said Biden was too old, they were like, how dare you, right? When we
Yeah.
said there should
Can't
be an
say
open
nothing
primary,
about the
they said,
Democratic
"How
Party."
dare you?"
It's
When we said, hey,
ridiculous.
the Democrats are asking for loyalty oaths and we're not supposed to be the authoritarian party, we're supposed to be more open. Then they were like, how dare you? Now all of a sudden The View is like, oh my God, you know what? Why didn't anybody tell us Biden was too old?
Yeah, they'll go back
Okay,
to the
come
loyalty
on.
oaths, believe me.
Of course,
They
The
will.
View is
Yeah.
the masters of loyalty oaths. If you don't pledge for whoever's the establishment corporate robot,
Oh, hey, Gina.
they'll take your head off on The View. So, Joy, I
Discussing
appreciate
tonight.
your new opinion.
Oh, we talking about Kamala.
But it's very, very different than your old
Gina.
opinion, which was like a minute ago.
Gina's in the house.
And it's dramatically different. By the way, there's one thing I disagree here. I think
Okay, but what we want to do,
It's
you
most
guys,
wonderful time of the year.
we want
Holidays on the
to
house
get
is
these
back.
lights up. But that's, it's just amazing. Like what he was saying is that you can't even speak truth. It's like I have people still calling me. They sending me things, say, oh, Trump said that he was going to, what?
My sister.
Well, we ain't gonna call out names. I have people sending me text messages and emails. They so upset about this election that they really upset. Like, oh well, Trump said that he's going to try to lower the cost of food. When food goes up like that and all that, Trump has said that the way that he would try to do something is with energy.
There go. And
Uh-huh.
we should touch on because someone just brought up about people saying Elon president and trying to make it seem like he's in control.
Well, just like my son, well, you know what? It's called trolling. And when you bitter and you're defeated and you lost, you start trolling people, you start disrespecting people, you try to get under people's skin. That's what people even do online. When you're losing an argument or you can't stand 10 toes down for what you even believe in, then that's what you start doing. So calling Elon is not getting paid. Vivek is not getting paid. Trump is not getting paid. They don't take salaries. Trump works for free. There's only been 2 presidents that didn't take a salary in the United States history, and Trump is one of them.
He's risking his life.
So he already done laid down his life for this country. He's been shot at and almost shot at twice. I mean, he's been impeached twice. They try to lock him up. They try to take his money. They try to do everything to him just to run and just to try to straighten out this country, because he felt as though that this country would not be able to survive another 4 years of that Biden and Kamala's administration, which would have became Kamala and Tampon 10's administration. And the try to get under Trump's skin is like saying, oh, President Musk, President Elon, or Elon's the president, or whatever. So that's what people do.
Yeah.
When people can't win, they start trying to be disrespectful. They try to, but if you see them, you could always say something about them. They might, you always talk about somebody's ears, how they look, or whatever. That's what people do that have no argument. And the candidates are old. Biden is 82. Trump is 78. But those were the 2, and Kamala, she wasn't even ready to run for the presidency. She wasn't talking word salads and needing a teleprompter, and you still couldn't even do that right. She wasn't ready to become president of the United States of America. What did Gina say? Trump hasn't even been, inaugurated yet, and he's already working for the American people, and the media are having a meltdown. I would vote for Candace Owens for president, 100%. You need people that can speak, people that know what's going on. They have to be world leaders, not just, focus on the United States. You have to be able to sit down at the table, and you have to be able to, at the executive table, you have to be able to stand for your country, you with the other leaders of the world. So, and then the United States is supposed to be the world leader. So we are supposed to set an example, but the people that's been in this administration have been terrible. They've been laughed at. The world was concerned about our selection of our candidate. Everybody knows that Joe Biden's running around with dementia at this point. Everyone knows that Trump, once Trump got elected, he became the leader.
God bless you too. It's
What?
like God bless you, guys.
God bless you. God bless you both from where are you, Florida, the UK. We all support Trump. Yeah, the UK, different people, because it mattered who became the United States president. And Biden, they want a war. They want a war. That's why they gave Zelensky like 2 months at the end of Biden's presidency. Okay, you could go ahead and launch those long-range missiles into Russia. Huh?
What do you think of AOC running for president?
You could launch those missiles into Russia. We need real leadership. Like people that want to play around and they talking smack, they more interested in who woke instead of people, the economy, inflation, keeping men out of women's sports, just things that matter. You need real leadership. People are focused on the wrong things. This country has been destroyed, and it's going to take a lot. This country might not never be the same again because what has been allowed to come in here. We haven't even felt the effects of what's the impact of having so many people invade the country in such a short span of time.
Look at how trend Iraq is in like every state now. They're like
16 states. They went from one state. You guys don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe. We got like at least 55 people in here. Let's get the likes up. Try to, show some support. We do appreciate it. We thank you for joining us, spending your time with us this evening. Hope all is well. And, it's just so much that's going on that's affecting all of us. And Americans spoke loudly and clearly. And Kamala, she's just like popping up. She's popping up. And people really don't want to hear from her at this point, except the diehards. Like when people reach out to me, they like, oh, she's so beautiful. She's so this. Oh, she's such a nice person. I don't care what she is. But she could be the nicest person in the world. But we didn't need nice. We needed a leader. I don't care what she looked like. It's like if she can run this country and she can stand up for America, then it's different. But she didn't stand up for America. She caused inflation to be what it is. It's her deciding vote that caused the economy to be the way that it is. And all they do is run and hide. They disappear, and you're like, well, she's on vacation, Biden's on vacation. Who's running the freaking country? Neither one of they've been MIA their whole presidency. And what can you expect from them? Let's see what Anna has to say with their viewpoint in all of this. Let me get
I'm gonna quit my job. I'm gonna quit my job and I'm gonna move.
I'm not saying I'm in favor of it. I'm telling you what's like if the Democratic Party said we are not Kamala Harris, a giant percentage.
Don't forget to hit those likes. Appreciate it.
We obey. We will take the loyalty oath. It doesn't matter how bad she is.
This state cannot survive another incompetent Democrat leading it.
That's right.
Leading it.
That's why I voted for Trump.
Anyway, so people are egging her on. Okay, apparently she's in a wait and see mode. How about you wait and see?
$1 trillion a year
military
public life spending is crazy.
Go do what you're supposed to do. Go work in the private sector. Go do the lobbying thing. Whatever it is.
Yeah,
do not run as governor of California.
Yeah.
Do not.
So look,
she
here's
is.
The thing that they still
She's
won't say
run.
that is definitely true, which is that she was a disaster. She was a terrible candidate. But it's still
now they're admitting it. None of these people was admitting it when she was
I wish somebody
running.
would have told us, right? But they're not saying the core thing, which is she was
Nobody,
a
they
talking
they
robot,
weren't even
and
admitting
she
it.
could not answer normal questions like a
Wow.
human being. She had her scripts ready, and she would just take the script, her talking points,
Yeah.
and match it to any question that you asked her. It was Sarah Palin-esque. Yes, I said it, and yes, she definitely deserved it. And no, we should
Don't
want
forget to
no
hit the
part
likes,
of her
share, and
for any
subscribe.
campaign at all, okay? And I don't know what coconut pill means. That's a thing that people made up that doesn't even make any goddamn sense. Okay, and finally on Linda Lee, the person telling, say, so look, she's more conservative than I am, way more, and she's more from the donor class, etc. But at the same time, we don't have to drive everybody out of the party, right? So she has different
It's
opinion on
amazing
immigration.
how
So what?
Chink
Right?
is
And it
saying
turns out
this,
that it was
but
the
he
majority
was
opinion
totally on
in
her
America,
side when she
even
was
though
running. Now,
portions of it that I
listen
might
to
not agree
him.
with. But I brought her up because she said a word that a lot of people are feeling. She said, I feel liberated. And that's because the establishment in the Democratic Party is so oppressive that if you disagree 1% in either direction or any direction,
Yeah, Gina, it's
they'll
crazy
take
how
your
they're
head
flipping
off.
now.
And then after the election, pretending as if they're open-minded is just garbage. The next time they'll do the same exact thing, and they'll demand your obedience and compliance with probably the
Oh,
very
thank you for
worst
liking and
candidate.
subscribing. I appreciate it.
I please don't run for California, please.
She's
Please,
going to
I'm begging
run.
you.
She's going to
Like,
run.
The Washington Post reports that as soon as she lost to Trump on November 5th, some Harris supporters seized on the idea of a gubernatorial run, including wealthy donors. God, these wealthy donors are going to be the death of me. Eager to see her take a leadership role in such a powerful post. Quote,
What leadership? She showed no leadership when she ran for
Wow,
president.
listen to him now. Unbelievable.
Oh, here's my positions on price gouging. Ah, never mind.
Now everybody
Martin,
now
the
see
donors
the
say
light.
that I
It's
shouldn't have those
amazing.
positions, so I don't have those positions. Oh, I love the Palestinians,
Let me finish.
but I'm going to crush
Let
them.
me please finish this graphic, because of course it's always the same people. The people that drove the conversation within 18 minutes of the election being called was the finance team.
Of course.
She took $1 billion.
Listen to that.
To her,
$1 billion.
and not only spent it on nonsense in the span of 3 months, her campaign went into debt.
Unbelievable.
Into debt.
20 million.
You want her running the
Unbelievable.
budget in California?
Unbelievable.
This is
She
not-
was trying to run the world, talking about running the budget in California. She was trying to run the freaking country. It's unbelievable. It's literally unbelievable. Like the position that we were going to get placed in. I'm gonna let Chink finish speaking. Yeah, unbelievable. And now it's funny how people are now. Listen to them. They were not talking like this the whole time she was running or Biden was running. They weren't saying, they weren't even some, they were saying that, oh, Biden is fit, Biden is capable of, holding office. No one was saying what they're saying now. And Chink was so against Trump, I thought he was going to have a freaking heart attack. The way he would scream about him.
It's not looking good, guys.
Yeah, he said, not looking good, guys, And now listen to them. Now all of a sudden, everybody see what was going on. She was not the candidate to lead this country. She wasn't. She wasn't a candidate to lead California. Now they talking about she wants to run for office, the gubernatorial race. She's going to run. And I don't know who's going to support her. Who's going to, because you got to have money coming in. After you blow through $1 billion and $500 million or whatever, and you're $20 million in debt.
Well, Cynthia kind of said that they're going to just blindly follow whoever the Democrats choose,
And
or whoever they choose.
I believe it because I have people, like I said, sending me text messages trying to tell me about it. Like, they don't see what's going on in this country. People are, I don't know how sleep you can be. Like, this country is upside down at this point. This country was heading in the wrong direction. And I had no idea that they were going to do what they did when I campaigned for them, when I tried to, help get Biden and Harris in the office. If I had known that this was going to be the plan, I would have campaigned for Trump the last time. There's no way in hell that I would have supported these crazy people. Here they want to be woke, talking about like men. They want to convince us that men are women. Come on now. You want to convince me that a woman is a man? There's only two sexes, male, female. There's no in between. When you're born in the hospital, he's either going to have a penis and testicles, or or the girl's going to have a vagina. That's it. Is a male or female. When kids get older now, they're trying to tell kids that you don't have to be a boy. You can cut your penis off and you can put a dress on. That's what they're doing with children, not telling the children that you got these Frankenstein doctors that's going to try to undo what God did. They're going to cut the child penis off, and the child is not children. They'll never be able to have a family. They're going to suffer. They're going to be on medications however long they live, which they probably shorten their lifespan. And talking about depression, that's when they're going to be depressed. They're like, we need to do this because they're depressed. They're making the kids depressed. If you're adult and you make a decision, it's one thing, but these people are doing it to the children, and that's what Trump is going to stop. Nobody. You got crazy behind parents that want their kids mutilated by these doctors. These doctors, they cutting off with girls' breasts and doing all kinds of things. They can't make a man have a vagina. They'll put a hole in him, and he got to keep making it dilated, keep it open, getting infections. This world this country has lost their mind. And they want to convince people that it's normal. It's men sitting there allowing men and women's sports as head of these school boards and all that, allowing these freaking men to play against girls, knowing that the girls can't compete with the guys. That's like taking a trans woman and tell her you're gonna play football. You never see a trans what is it when the woman wants to become a man? I think there's a trans woman. Am I right? You don't see one of them trying to play football. Which one of them on the NFL team? Which one of them are trying to be a wrestler? They're gonna wrestle against the men. In boxing, they had in Olympics, they had a man fighting in the Olympics against women. The girl said she was hit. She'd never been hit that hard. And she quit within a few seconds. She quit. She made it to the Olympics and she quit. Because she'd never been hit that hard. That was a dude hit her. She probably got a traumatic brain injury from that. Being hit like that. It doesn't make any sense. Everybody like completely crazy. And the children, they're being brought up seeing all this crazy stuff, and adults that are supposed to teach them what's right and wrong, they're teaching them that it's okay to, not be your gender. How crazy is that? None of this stuff that's going on is healthy for the upcoming kids. That's what's wrong with them. Like what's wrong with the kids? They got crazy behind parents. That's what's wrong. Let me see what he's saying.
And they should be around forever and ever until they're all 98 years old and we're wheeling them around, okay? So
I'm glad to see the woman standing up. Oh, thank
someone
you.
new rising up and someone that would actually represent the voters. But that leads to point number 2. Why stick with Kamala Harris when she was a broken robot? Why don't you go get a new and improved robot like Pete Buttigieg's corporate robot 2.0?
This is night and day, y'all. This is night and day. Can we get some of the likes, share, and subscribes up? Can we get the likes up? So that goes out to the algorithm and more people can join in.
So that they can say, oh, you're an empty vessel and you'll say anything we want?
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Come here. We want to run California. So come on, empty vessel. Let's go. And besides, we've trained Democratic voters to obey the donor class.
I would
so if we just
really
tell them
do
that
what's
you're
right.
the anointed one, they will all obey. And if anyone dares running against you,
thank you for hitting those like buttons. I really appreciate it. Oh, you would vote for me? Thank you. I might run for an office.
Or anyone wants to run, we'll just smear them with all
I've been supporting everyone else running.
And the media that we have, who's totally in our back pocket.
Yeah, Katie Porter would be great.
Thank you guys for hitting that like button. I really appreciate it.
But, look, I'm sorry. Right now, the Golden State is cooked. So, the idea of more of the same, and I do see Kamala Harris as more of the same. Just
This
the
is
female
unbelievable.
version of Gavin Newsom.
This is night and day.
Disaster. Except Gavin Newsom at least can speak, right? That's the thing. Like, he's a snake and is able to be a snake because he carries himself well in these public appearances. But in terms of substance, no, we need real leadership in California. It's falling apart. I'm sorry.
And this is going to be
Yeah, of course.
nationally.
And they're not going to do that. They're always going to go to the corrupt. And if you don't get that Kamala Harris is corrupt and incompetent by now, I mean, we're just going to have those
Listen to
same old
this.
fights. And then we'll see you guys in the primary in 2028. And you'll have Maureen Joe and The View on your side. And they'll all be screaming to obey. And we'll see who wins. We'll see who wins.
This is
But
unbelievable.
there's no way we're letting Kamala Harris run again. That's insane. Oh, she can run all she wants. She's not going to win, okay? You'd have to have a coconut fall on your head for you to think that was a smart idea.
It's unbelievable. You know, it's
independent.
unbelievable. You like have people that still are running around, even though they have been affected by this freaking administration. You know, they've been affected by it, and they still act like they crazy. Like, at least I give the young Turks some respect. At least they are seeing the light. Now they want to talk about her. But this is not what they were saying. They weren't talking like this. They were talking about Trump, talking about he's deplorable, he's Hitler, he's the end of democracy. They were saying everything about them when they were the ones that was a threat to democracy. They didn't even, the people didn't even get to choose who on the Democratic side was going to run for president. She was selected. That's not democracy. That's not democracy. And now talking about you want to run for freaking maybe governor, or you want to who's on here that's going to support her running again for president? Because maybe you need to start giving her your money now, because she got $20 million she need to pay back. You know, she needs that money. Let's just say cognitive is exactly. They're crazy parents are letting their boys dress like girls. You got like, I think her name, what's her name? What's her name? She put all three of her boys in dresses. What's her name, Elijah? Put her boys in dresses. What is her name? Megan? Yeah, you got a lot of people in Hollywood. They putting they boys in dresses, you know. They're children. It's just crazy. What people, and that's child abuse. Any parent that does that to their child is child abuse. That's what that is. And they need to be taken from them, because that's mental and emotional abuse. Imagine them trying to go to school and their mom done sent them to school like that. You know, that's hard. And they're little boys. It's these parents want, and a lot of these parents, they want to have their children be gay, because that's supposed to be like the end thing. They want them to be gay. And that's terrible. It's terrible. And for them to have her, like, to try to run for another office, so I'm looking for something else. To run for another office, she's not the candidate. And you run for California. See, California is so woke that they probably figured that running in California, that she'll win there. She'll win in California, because that's Hollywood. And I guess that's what they feel. But like, when you look at her and just her conversations, you have to be able to talk without a teleprompter. You have to be able to know policy. You have to be able to speak to world leaders. You have to be able to be the president for all the people. You're the president for a part of the people. When someone becomes president, they're president for everyone. You can't take and call, like Biden's a sitting president. He called people that voted for Trump, or the MAGA people, he called them garbage. You can't do that when you're the president of everyone. You can't do that. People are expecting you to be the leader you're supposed to be. And this lady, let's see, get some of her. I'm up here looking. She's speaking, Kamala, yeah, she did have something that she was speaking to students. And let's see what she was saying.
Education. will forever be touched in a positive way. You know, I do believe that public service
Don't forget
is
to
a
hit those
noble
like buttons, you
calling.
guys. Support
It
the
is noble
channel.
work.
We
And
appreciate it.
it is an expression of optimism,
She's an
which
actress
is, you know and believe.
reading a
And
teleprompter.
it is being verified to each of you every day that the work you do that can lift people up has effect. It matters. Your work is about the optimism that comes with knowing that one individual can make a difference in the lives of so many people. And God knows when you have a whole group like this doing it together, the impact you have on our nation and by extension the world. So today I came by to express my gratitude for the work you, like so many across our nation, have been doing to lift up our fellow American.
She gonna win in
And I am here
2028.
to reaffirm
Wow.
our shared commitment to the work ahead. You know, over the past several weeks, since the election,
That you
I
hid
have received tens of thousands of letters
in
from people
Hawaii.
across our nation. Many of them
MIA.
young leaders. Americans from every walk of life, people of every age, race, faith, and political party. These letters share a common theme. Yes, there is disappointment, but there is also resolve for the future. One letter in particular stands out, which I'll share with you. A young woman named Sasha writes, quote, "There is nothing in the world that will take
Sasha,
away
yeah.
my drive, energy, passion, and the destiny that I have to help the people of our country." And I think any one of you with Sasha could be, right? Nothing's going to take away that drive, that passion, that energy, that commitment. So Sasha, like all of you, inspire me. Young people who are rightly impatient for change. I love that about you. Impatient for change. Who will not let anyone or any circumstance defeat your spirit or your sense of purpose. You will not allow your spirit or your sense of purpose to be defeated. You who have,
That's what
I
happened
think,
to
by
her.
your actions adopted some advice my mother gave me a long time ago. She would say to me, "Kamala, don't just complain about what is wrong. Do something about it. Make it right." That's the life you all are living. You reflect the best of the America I have seen. Be it during the campaign, during my 4 years as vice president, and throughout my life. An America where we recognize that we are all in this together. That no matter our background, we share the
Teleprompter.
same dreams, aspirations, and ambitions for ourselves and our family. That we all have so much more in common than what separates us. That is our knowledge. An America where we are guided by the ideals that have always defined us when we are at our best. Dignity and decency, fairness, freedom, and opportunity for all. An America where we recognize that the true measure of the strength of a leader is not based on who you beat down, it's based on who you lift up. And the story
Beat
of
down
America's
Trump every day.
progress You all know
campaigning.
history. The story of America's progress, when we have made progress,
Listen to
in many
this.
ways is the story of people
This is so
who
freaking
stayed
fake.
true to their ideals, even in the face of difficulty. The story of Americans who, yes, faced disappointment, but did not grow weary. Did not grow weary. Who faced setbacks, but did not give up. People who refused to let the light of America's promise dim or burn out in moments of challenge. The movements for civil rights, women's rights, workers' rights, the United States of America itself would never have come to be if people had given up their cause after a court case or a battle or an election did not go their way. What Sasha wrote and what we here know is that in moments like this, the true test of our character is how resilient and persistent we are to pursue the future that we all can see. The true test of our commitment is whether, in the face of an obstacle, do we throw up our hands or do we roll up our sleeves? And as we approach,
Here we go, the laugh. Trump, Trump,
and as
Trump.
we then approach the end of this year,
And somebody actually
many
wrote
people
this
have
for
come
her.
up to me telling
Unbelievable.
me they feel tired, maybe even resigned. Folks who have said to me that they're not sure whether they have the strength, much less the desire,
This is a pep
to
talk.
stay in the fight. But let me be very clear. No one can walk away. No one can walk away. We must stay in the fight. Every one of us, including the fight for an economy that works.
You
not just
messed
for
the
those at
economy
top,
up. She
but
shouldn't
for
even
working
mention the
people, for all
economy.
Americans. The fight
my
to make sure
God.
everyone has a fair shot.
You didn't give
to pursue
Americans a
their
fair shot.
ambitions. The fight for our ideals.
You didn't do that for
Including the
Americans.
Among us, the freedoms to which
Bidenomics
we are
didn't work.
entitled,
Yeah, we are unburdened by what
dignity.
has been.
that we possess and is possessed by every one of us. So we must stay in the fight, because that is the responsibility, in my opinion, that comes with the privilege of being an American. And that responsibility has always then
You still talking
fueled
about
the
supporting
American
Kamala Harris.
experiment.
Kamala.
In our country, you see, the
You
recognition
Kamala
that we
needs
are all created
she's
equal
$20 million in
with
debt.
certain fundamental
she needs
rights
help.
and freedoms.
All the Democrats on here
The
send
belief
her
that here in our
$100
country
each.
anything is possible.
Not
The
for
promise
Americans.
of America itself is a powerful yet fragile idea. Powerful because it has inspired billions of people.
I
And
don't
made
know
it
why she
possible
appears like she's
for
been
us
drinking.
to become the strongest, most prosperous
Chef.
nation in the world.
Hey. How
Yet
you
fragile.
doing?
Because that
What's up, Chef?
idea is only as strong as our willingness to fight for it.
Now, Putin laughs at this.
Only
This
as
right here
strong
is laughable
as
for all
our
of us.
faith
Calvin.
that we The
Putin laughs
people
at this.
are the ones who make it real. So I will
Oh, you're
say
fantastic.
this
Just at
as
work.
we
Oh,
close
I
out
was
this
wondering if
year.
you was at work, Chef.
I ask of you this,
Look at this. She's
that
an
those
actress.
here and anyone watching, that you will not walk away. That you will stay true to your spirit and your sense of purpose. That you will continue to fight for the promise of America. And I ask you to remember the context in which you exist.
What?
We
Y'all
all
think
did
though
that.
this should be president? Unbelievable.
I ask you to remember that this
is
struggle
crazy.
is not new.
Oh, we've been
It
good.
goes
Getting
back
ready for
nearly
Christmas. Been
250 years
shopping
to
today.
Lexington and Concord. Generation after generation, it has been driven by those who love our country, cherish its ideals, and refuse to sit passive while our ideals are under assault. And now this fight to keep the light of America's promise.
It's unbelievable that
And to
someone
ensure
actually
it burns
took the
bright.
time to write this for her.
Well, this fight now, it continues with you. You are its heirs. We are its heirs.
What is she talking about?
So I'll end with this. Get some rest over the holidays. Spend time with the people you love. You know, I believe family comes in many forms. There's family by blood, and there's family by love.
we know that. Yeah, we know what you
I
believe
urge
in.
you,
Woke.
then after you have had some rest, in fact, I challenge you to come back ready.
Come back ready.
Ready to chart our path to the future. Chin up, shoulders back. Forever impatient for change.
Wow. The change
And like
was
Sasha,
you. We just had
ready
a
to
change.
summon your drive, your
Change
energy,
was getting away
your
from you.
passion to help our fellow Americans and be ready to get back to work, fighting for opportunity and freedom, fighting for fairness and dignity, and fighting for this country we love and the future we shape.
Yeah, I'm MAGA.
God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
Yeah, God bless you. Thank you, Jesus, that she didn't win. Oh my God. There is no way this woman was ever fit. She's not even fit to be vice president. She doesn't even.
Got the nerve to say God bless you. And she had an abortion clinic outside her house.
Yeah, God bless you with abortion. Yeah, the DNC, you got abortion, Planned Parenthood out there killing babies. God bless you. This is insane. The things that she said just there was insanity. Talking about we want change. The America voted for change. They voted you out of office. You're change. We are happy that you're not there. Because once she, my God, when those young men at their college gymnasium, once they said Christ is King and Jesus is Lord, and she let everyone know that they were at the wrong rally, that they needed to go to the rally down the street. Well, that's what Jesus did. He went to the rally, right to Trump's rally. I knew then it was over with. I knew she lost the race. And then she gonna go behind the pulpit. And now she a preacher. Now she like, yeah, she don't even know Bible verses. Now she wanted to act like she a preacher. You don't hear her talking about she black any longer. She's not going to be black again unless she runs in 2028. Then she'll go back to her sororities and get all the black people, get the Roland Martins, and get Al Sharpton, pay him $500,000. She'll say, I got $500,000 for you, Al Sharpton. Roland Martin, I got $350,000 for you. Oprah, I got $2.5 million for you. Beyonce, give me $4 million. It's Beyonce. I got $10 million for you. I got How much for Cardi B? Megan Thee Stallion got $3 million for you. Usher, I got money for you. Robert De Niro got money for you. It was like Oprah saying, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car. All these people that we thought that were supporting her, they were getting paid by her. They were throwing American citizens under the bus. They didn't believe half the stuff she was saying. Oprah sitting there trying to interview her, trying to help her out because she's like, this lady is lost. She's lost. And then she has the audacity that says that she wants to run for governor of California after she blew through $1.5 billion in 3 months. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. You know, we dodged a bullet. I don't care what anyone say. We dodged a bullet. I'm so happy that Trump is the president-elect, because right now he's like, I was going to say, he's like the president of the United States. Thank you for showing this video. Kamala's been drinking too much. You got to look at her. She was unfit. They would have crushed her. The world leaders would have crushed her. She was unfit to be president. She doesn't even know policy. She had no policy. She can't get up there and talk with them world leaders and talk word salad. She not going to have a teleprompter with them. She could never hold that job down. There are women that can do it, but not that one. Not that one. She can't do it. But we're thanking God, that God is still sitting on the throne. Once you mock God, God said he shall not be mocked. You can't go around mocking God. What you sow, so shall you reap. You can't just keep doing things to people and thinking that you're not going to pay a price for it. You know, this nation was heading in the wrong direction. We would not have survived another 4 years of Bidenomics, because she already said that she wouldn't do anything differently than what has been done, because she the one probably been doing it, because we all know that Biden ain't in charge. Biden hasn't been running this country for 4 years. And she said every decision that's been made, she was there to make it. She said she had her hand, and Biden said that, oh yeah, she, you know, he put in charge in the national affairs. That's why she was over there in Afghanistan and had that horrible pullout. She was responsible for that. She was responsible for the Ukraine war, and she was responsible for the border. So she's been responsible for all these things that has been going on. You know, so she can't even speak in a coherent sentence. You know, and it's sad, you know, to have people that want to run for office, and people are so bamboozled these days, and they don't know. It's like the common sense isn't there. You can go to school, you can get a degree, but not to have common sense, that's a gift. Because some people just don't have common sense. If they couldn't see and they couldn't hear and couldn't tell that this person should not be the president of the United States, because I'm still getting grief from people. I still got people texting me. They all upset and trying to show me how she would have been a better candidate. It's impossible. That's why I did this video. I'm like, look, all the ones that saying it, if they on here, this is the reason. You know, there is no way that you can convince me that she should have been president. There's no way. No way. No way. You know? You have to be stuck on stupid to think that was someone that qualified for running this country. And then she gonna pick Tampon Tim? You know, people are butthurt over this. And the thing about it, is when people are losing, when they don't have anything to say, they have no argument, they have nothing to stand on, that's when they start trying to be disrespectful. That's when they start name calling. When you can agree to disagree. But people are so weak now. You know, people are so cowardly now. You know, they can't even stand 10 toes down. They gotta, like, even online, they gotta say stuff. That's how you know they weak, especially if it's a man. That's even worse. When you see men acting like women, when you got men, you know, that they got feminine energy, I think that's even worse. You know, if you got something to say, then you need to say it, you know, 10 toes down. And then they don't show their faces. They don't show who they are. I leave them up there. I don't care. You know, people are weak. A lot of these people, they so weak. It's just sad. You know, they can't go toe and none of them would say anything to you in front of your face. They not going to say nothing to you because they cowards. You know, but to have someone like that And they believe that that should have been in office. And the thing about it, when people, if you don't like what you're hearing, then you can go, you could listen to anyone else, you could go to bed. You could do whatever you want to do. You don't even have to be on, you don't even have to listen. So we all have choices. I don't care. I can handle it. I'm confident who I am. So it don't bother me. That's the kind of like my son, if he was on here, he'd be like trying to get him off. I don't care. Because it don't make or break my day. I know who I am. So, if you can't be online, if you can't handle, dysfunctional people, because a lot of people are dysfunctional, just like she's dysfunctional. People are dysfunctional, and people are an opportunity to say and do things undercover, so so anyway, God is good. I'm just so thankful that God shall not be mocked. So when you start talking about God and you're not welcome, when they said like Christ is King and Jesus is Lord, you lost, because God shall not be mocked. You can't go around talking about people, making fun of people, and going against everything that God created. It's not going to happen. And when you want things to happen, you got to care about people. You got to put people in front of you. Like, I'm blessed. I'm thankful that I'm blessed. Oh, look, he said, I'm 74, a lifelong Democrat, and had to vote for Trump. Wow, because Kamala Harris is terrible person, had no capacity for president of the United States. Then you have people, like he said, he's 74 and he voted for her because it's no way that you didn't see that she was incompetent. Though I believe that Tampon Tim and Kamala was like the two worst people that ever ran for the president of the United States of America. It just wasn't there. And people are in denial if they can't admit, even now, that you could have had a better candidate than her. It had to be someone better than her to run on the Democratic side. And then the policies, the American people are not down with all that woke stuff. We want the borders closed. We want the economy to get better. We want inflation to go down. It's a lot of things that need to be done. We want these gangs now that they're allowed to come into this country. We got problems we didn't have. And things that have to be straightened out. And it was not going to be done by her. Do you see the state that woman is in? That's just reminding people. And then you had Tampon Tim. Well, the men that supported him, I guess they wanted tampons in all the men's room. They offered nothing. Nothing. And people still don't get it. And that's the sad thing about it. That people still don't get it. And you need people out here speaking the truth. That is not scared to speak the truth. You can't be online or whatever if you can't stand up. But people get all sensitive about, you're going to have, they got to look at the people are weak. They got problems. And, when they online, that, I guess, that give them an opportunity to say stuff that they wouldn't say to people ordinarily if they were in front of them. They wouldn't talk like that. Because then you would see what they look like. Then you would, because it's easy to tear down people when you look at them. It's easy to, to tear people down. Everybody can find something to say about someone, because none of us are perfect. None of us are. And we all have problems. Everybody has something that's going on in their life. Nobody's exempt from going through something. And thank God, if you're not going through anything right now, just live a little longer. Life happens. Things happen in life. And that's how it is. That's why you got to keep God first, have Jesus. No matter who, like I was like this. It didn't matter to me technically who became president, because my help coming from the Lord. God is who I follow. I don't follow man. So I know that I'm covered, because God said no weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that rises up in judgment thou shalt condemn. So I know who I am. God said that he's Jehovah Jireh, the Lord my provider. He said I will provide all your needs according to my riches and glory through Christ Jesus. So I know the word is in me. God lives in me. He dwells in me. But I knew that God, like God said, read Revelations. Be blessed. Read Revelations. Man is not going to destroy this world. Jesus is going to come back. It's going to be a rapture. So it's a lot that's going to happen, but God is going to do it. But it's not time for that yet. We're there. We're there. And that's why everybody needs to get saved. Everybody needs to be prayed up. God, they say you need to keep looking up for Jesus because he's returning soon. We are. Like they say the last days, people say we are living in the last days. That's a fact. And then we look at our lives. It's funny how we look at our lives and you look at somebody that's 80, 90 years old. You're like, oh, they old. Or that person's 70, they old. Guess what? You know that you're a baby. You are a freaking baby. People used to live on this earth 700 years, 800 years. You're a baby at 80 or 90. But guess what? Compare that to eternity. Compare living on the earth for 80 years if you live that long, or 85 years if you live, if it's 70, people die at 20. Compare that to a trillion years. Compare that to living forever. Compare it to that. It's no, so you ought to be thankful the days that you have on this earth because it's like a vapor. God said it's like a vapor. Some people on here, I can see they need prayer. They really need prayer. And hopefully God take care of them. They need prayer. They suffering from low self-esteem. I could tell, you could tell, Papa, you could stay on, you could say what you want to say. But guess what? Every star you see and everybody wear everything. White women, black women, everybody wears wigs, weaves, all that stuff. Even though I don't have one on, but just let you know, that's nothing being insulting. You must be bald or something. Maybe you bald headed. But you need to, hopefully God will bless you. And you guys, for Christmas, I appreciate it. It's like 250 people or whatever, 200, whatever on here. If y'all could just get those lights up for me, that'd be my Christmas gift for it to go out, because this channel is growing. And the whole point of it is I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. We can agree to disagree. I appreciate, as a Christmas gift to me, hit the like, just take the time to hit the like button. Because it matters, because you want your channel, especially if you're new, you want it to reach people, you want people to share, and you want them to subscribe. Because, I started this because it was in my heart. You know how God gives something like a burning in your heart? It's a burning sensation. I've always spoken in front of people. I've always been a speaker. I was even going to have even my own talk show, whatever, all that kind of stuff. But I've been doing other things. I've been in politics and stuff, being a legislative director, things like that. But, when God gives you something, then you run with it. He told me this channel speak the truth, because when you speak, when it's real, I could speak when something is real. It comes from the heart. It comes from within here. That's why it's always easy for someone to speak when they're speaking the truth. When people are lying, and they just talk and smack, that's when it's difficult. But it's not hard to talk when you're talking from within, when you're talking from your spirit. So I'm so thankful. I'm thankful I have a single home. I thank you for everything that God has provided for me, shelter and always good occupation, all that kind of stuff. God has never withheld any good thing from me. I have never lacked any good thing ever, because God has always taken care of me. I've always had the best of the best, been able to travel the world, do whatever I wanted to do. And that's because of the grace of God. But I always look at it, God didn't have to do it for me. It's nothing special about me. God didn't have to, I could be somebody out there that was homeless or didn't have a great career or didn't have food on the table. And that could be any of us. That's why whatever God does for you, you have to be thankful. You need to be grateful, and you need to be thankful, and you need to take the time to thank God every day. Because one day you could have a job, and the next day you could lose your job. Life can change just like that. Everything could be going great, and just like that, you could get in an accident. Life can change like that. So you need to really be thankful when God is blessing you. You need to be thankful and thank God. And that's what I am. When I come on here and I speak the truth, I'm talking about other people. I don't want anybody to lack any good thing. I want everyone to be blessed. I don't want to see homeless Americans, and people are stepping over them, and we're giving more, doing everything for the immigrants. This administration did everything for the immigrants and nothing for American citizens. Nothing for us. And she's talking about embrace everyone. Sean, our great man calling. So Cindy, thank you for the compliments. I appreciate them. You know, nothing for the American people. So I don't want to see people that fought for this country. I don't want to see other Americans. I don't care if you're black, white, Asian, Native American. I don't care what you are. I want you to have the best of the best. I don't want you to be homeless. And now I see what this government could have done for American citizens, and they didn't. They didn't. You got immigrants walking around dressed better than American citizens. I'll be out there, I'm like, damn. You know, they're getting everything. They're getting bands. This guy was working probably for Ford or whatever car company. He like them immigrants, he said they got 50 bands. He said they be having 13,000 food stamps. They got money coming to them. They coming with money, and we're giving them all this money. This is insanity. For whatever reason, I don't know why the administration did that or why they're doing that, but they forgot about us. And I can't see how American citizens, because anybody that's talking against is trolling or what, they're not American citizens. There is no way that you're an American citizen and you shouldn't be bothered by this. You know, that our people's not being helped. You know, why not? You know, why aren't they taking care of American citizens? Why not? You should have a problem with that. And you got to realize it's not just about you. We're entering into the Christmas season, and this is supposed to be a giving time. Hi. And this is supposed to be a giving time. And see, like Papa, so you say I'm gay. Yeah, well, you know what? That's what's wrong with you. Like if you're gay, that's a spirit. That's a demonic spirit. That's a spirit of lust. You weren't made to be with another man. You're made to be with another woman. So that's going to have the enemy got your mind. You need to be delivered by that spirit in the name of Jesus. You know, because it's not normal. It's not normal. You know, so we just got to, you know, keep our faith in God and just believe that God is the author and finisher of our faith. And we got to put our trust in God. He said, trust in the Lord with all thine heart. Lean not to thy own understanding. All thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. You got to be, like when you have God, you put that armor on. He said you put on the breastplate of salvation, put on the helmet, the shield, you know, the shield of faith will quench every fiery dart, the sword, the spirit of God. You know, you could put your whole armor on, your feet shod with the preparation of peace. You know, and then God said that he should cause our enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They should come out against thee one way and they flee before thee in seven. We got protection. You speak the word of God, because nothing is sharper than the two-edged sword. Can't nobody go toe-to-toe with you with the word of God. But you got to put God first in your life, because he's coming back. And our life is a vapor. It's a vapor. And people think they're going to be here forever and they're going to live a long time. But eternity, who wants to burn in hell forever? Hell is real, just like heaven is real. Oh, someone hacked your account. So anyway, you know, we just like anybody on here that need prayer or whatever, this is a part of it. Like, speak the truth. Nobody's going to come on here and try to lie to you. Like what we see on the news or what we talk about, it's coming from the truth.
No, all us make believe.
It's coming from the truth. You know, we stand on truth. And that's what you should stand on. And anybody got children, you need to make sure that you are instilling the truth in your kids, because out here, your kids are suffering stress. Every time they go to school, they got stress. It's not easy for them. And then if they come home because you had a bad day and you hollering at them, that's more stress.
Well, I wouldn't wait to think about it and then find out later.
What happened?
No, someone said they don't think hell is real.
Oh, well, you don't want to find out the hard way. You don't want to find out the hard way that hell is real. You know, I wouldn't even gamble with that, because eternity sounds like a long time to me. And you don't want to spend it burning in a lake of fire forever. You need to read Revelations. Read the Bible. Read Revelations. Start with the end so you know what's coming your way. Because, you know, this is not going to go on forever. Yeah, and Jesus love you too. Thank you. Yeah, Jesus love you too. Like Jesus love us. I mean, one thing about God, he made hell for the enemy. He didn't make hell for us. So he wants all of us to be saved. You know, he don't want any of us to perish. But you know what God said? He said, every mouth shall confess, and every knee shall bow, and every mouth shall confess that Jesus is Lord, and he was raised from the dead. So whether you want to say, believe it or not, guess what? You will bow to God, and you are going to confess with your mouth. So, but you can't do it once you die. That's it. There's no do-over. So you got to accept God while you're here. You got to accept God. You got to accept Jesus while you're here. You can't die, so now believe. You know, you can't believe afterwards. God wants you to come to him willingly and believe now. So you have to take the time. There's a lot going on out here. I don't even know how people make it without Jesus. Because, you know, you got to have, that's your peace. He provides peace that passes all understanding through Christ Jesus. You know, that's your protection. He said, he that dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Even Trump, like, he had to believe it was God, because turn his head at that time, he never put the chart up. That was God. That was God. That wasn't lucky. He wasn't lucky. That he would have died if he didn't turn his head just slightly. That was God that saved him. And God wanted him to be president. Look, all they did to try to stop him, but you can't stop God's will. You can't stop. This was God's will. They tried to do everything to stop him. You know, they tried to do everything. That was God that saved him. They tried to lock him up. They tried to assassinate him. They tried to impeach him. They did everything to that man. I was hoping he didn't have a freaking stroke. I mean, the stress should have been on him. And he outworked her. Trump was outworking everybody. So, you know, that was God's grace, God's mercy. He was meant to be president. He said, run for young man, run for her. My son is not dumb.
Furry, what's your proof to that, dude?
No, he said, run. Look, did you see that?
I'm talking about
he said, young man, read and run from her, educate yourself.
Yeah, it's funny because
he the one told me.
I was a Trump supporter first, so that's really cute.
That was funny. Yeah, run from you. Because if you run from you. If you got kids and you told him to vote out of the vote not for their best interest, they need to run from you, because there ain't no way in God's green earth you could talk about that woman was the one. And my son is raised in Christ. All my children are raised in Christ.
Kelvin, God gives us something that you're experiencing right now, and it's called free will.
God loved the guy that was killed at the rally, Calvin. He loved him too. But you know what, the thing about it is that it's like the enemy was so evil, is that they, like, I'm just going to say the way that it looked is like they were waiting to get a call that Trump was taken down, because it wasn't like that young man was smarter than the FBI, the CIA, Homeland Security. He wasn't that guy. You know, he was a 22-year-old on a roof that even the crowd saw this guy.
Bond.
Like, he wasn't James Bond. They saw this guy. They wanted Trump dead. And meanwhile, the enemy, that was all the enemy that talked this young guy in something that winded up taking his life. He had a whole life to live, you know, and he didn't even vote in the last election.
And then Biden said he couldn't say if it was an assassination.
Yeah, Biden told me he couldn't say it wasn't safe. They know that they set him up. It was his FBI. They didn't even have people. They didn't even have some of the FBI people, or what was it, Secret Service people. Trump didn't even have a good detail with him or whatever. But even the people were saying that the young man was on the roof. They saw him an hour and a half ahead. They told me they emailing each other, or they wasn't emailing. That was a bunch of bull crap. Nobody
I
believe
hope
in that
Trump
stuff.
fires every single one of
Yeah,
them.
nobody believes that mess. And all you know what? One thing about God, the truth is going to manifest. And we still don't know nothing about Crook. And that man that died, he died saving his family.
Oh,
You know?
now Kelvin's saying that it was fake.
Yeah, he died saving his family. And the two other people that was injured, that were, they suffered terrible wounds, but they're still here. But someone did lose their life. And, you just still got to pray for their family. Like, they didn't go there to die that day. And that's what happened. But those are real bullets. Though, you don't want to play with that. You don't believe it, then you should have been there, You should have been there. Should have been there. Somebody died. I know, tell his wife. Tell Corey's wife that no longer has a husband. Tell her that was fake.
Thank you, Life's a Script.
Thank you, subscribe, Cindy. See you later. Thank you, Theodore. Thank you for subscribing.
Thanks.
You guys, please get the lights up. Do that for a Christmas present for us. We do appreciate it because, it makes a difference because then it goes out to more people. Some people need to be awakened, and some people need to hear the truth, and some people it's refreshing to have people that's spending their time that's trying to speak the truth to you. Papa, don't worry. No.
Yeah, Papa Smurf's a troll.
Yeah, it's okay. We gotta pray for Papa Smurf. It's like, some people when they come on, they hurting. Like when people act out, and these people are adults. The worst thing when you find out how old they are too.
Yeah.
These are adults acting like that. If a child act a certain way, then you're like, okay, that's just a kid. But when you have adults behaving like children, then that's, that's another whole nother thing. So you expect an adult to be an adult or whatever. God is with Trump, and Trump is with God, and should be proud because God picked out a man. And I respect Trump because Trump is not like the other Republicans. He's not. He's a billionaire. They can't buy him off. That's what I like about him. See, everybody else, they buy him off when they get elected. They're not running the country, but Trump is actually going to be running the country because he's already rich. They can't buy him off. So, and the people that's coming into the administration, you can't buy them off. They're already billionaires, so we need people that there's no other agenda, that they're not being paid off by other countries and these corporations,
Oh, Life is Script said that it's actually not Papa Smurf. There's a troll that took his picture and is pretending to be him.
Oh, sorry about that. Well, whoever that troll is, you need to show yourself
no
because
life.
you actually, that's even more cowardly than the normal cowards. I mean, damn, show yourself. Stand down. Don't take somebody else's identity. That's just not right. That, and you must, I guess you're not American. Because you wouldn't be hiding under pretending to be someone else. You're not American. You're not American. See, we have people be on here. They're not American, and that's what it is. That's why they want to hide under someone else, and they don't want to be. But everybody could be found out. Everybody could be found out. My son, he knows how to do that. So everybody can do that. Especially the young kids, they know how to do that. And there's nobody that's American that don't want the best for their life. Why would you vote against your best interest? Who doesn't want the best life you can have? It was given to the illegals, and it wasn't given to American citizens. That's crazy. It's crazy. These people that was in office were not looking out for our best interests. And that's another thing they say, oh, Elon's the president. See, they be trying to troll Trump. See, the Democrats lost, so this is the new thing. Oh, Elon the president, President Elon and all of that. Nobody falling for that. Trump is the president, and Elon can't do nothing without Trump's permission. He can't even go to the White House. Trump can fire them. That's not even real positions they have. He appointed them, and he can unappoint them. So the president is the president. Nobody's above the president. So he doesn't even have to pay attention to people trying, because people mad. But look what they've done to this country. These freaking Mayorkas and Kamala and Biden, talking about Bidenomics. Look what they've done to this country. They have destroyed this country in less than 4 years. Less than 4 years. Trump don't owe billions. Y'all sound silly for that. And even if he did, you got Biden stealing, and his son that he done pardoned for 10 years back, he done stole $25 million. What? Oh, say thank you. Say thank you to your grandma.
I just saw him saying it now.
Oh, she's so sweet. That's so happy. And wait till she see you sent her a gift too.
Yeah.
It's fun that she said that. You know, but and plus we shouldn't be in other men's pockets anyway. And the thing about it, that Trump do not owe no billions of dollars and all that. Yeah, they pocket watching. You know, but this administration, all they did was been stealing. Kamala spent $1.5 billion. You should have a problem with that. But nobody's going to talk about this administration, how horrible they've been. Oh, yeah. Come on, people. Hit that like button. You know, that people should be hitting the like button and showing us some love. It's Christmas. It don't take any energy just to get them likes up. But thank you for asking people to do that. You know, we do appreciate it. Yeah, it's so amazing that anybody could have taken that candidate seriously. And like, I have people that's really whining every chance they get, and they texting me. That's like, I just hope they even get to see this. Keep on still trying to promote this candidate, and there is no way. There's no way. There's no way that anybody could take this seriously. Like, when they try to convince me, and this is what I see. Let's see if I could put it on. Let's see. I don't know why this remote is acting up.
Our young leaders.
I don't want to hear everything you got to say. But when I see this kind of stuff, and I listen
And
to
God
her,
knows when you have a whole group like this doing it together,
I couldn't take her seriously.
the impact you have
I
on our
can't.
nation, and by extension, the world.
Make America great again.
So
Why
today
is
I came
America
by to
not great? I
express
couldn't
my
imagine
gratitude
thinking America was not great
for the
even
work
for 1 second.
you, like so many
Oh,
across
funny.
our nation, have been doing
You're
to
delusional,
lift up
Lola.
our fellow Americans.
Look at that.
And I am here to reaffirm our shared
Look at
commitment.
this. This is
to
what
the
you
work
support.
ahead.
This.
You know, over the past several weeks, since the election, I have received tens of thousands of letters
Thank you, Gina.
from people across our nation, many of them young leaders. Americans from every walk of life, people of every age, race, faith, and political party. These letters share a common theme. Yes, there is disappointment.
I'll tell you how these people can't get over her.
But there is also resolve
Look at this.
for the future.
She's been drinking again.
One letter in particular stands out, which I'll share with you. A young woman named Sasha
Hear
writes,
this lie.
quote, "There is nothing in the world that will take away my drive, energy, passion, and the destiny that I have to help the people of our country." And I think any one of you, as Sasha, could be, right? Nothing's going to take away that drive, that passion, that energy, that commitment. So Sasha, like all of you, inspire me. Young people who are rightly impatient for change. I love that about you. Impatient for change. Who will not let anyone or any circumstance defeat your spirit or your sense of purpose. You will not allow your spirit or your sense of purpose to be defeated. You who have, I think, by your actions adopted some advice my mother gave me a long time ago. She would say to me, Kamala, don't just complain about what is wrong, do something about it. Make it right. That's the life you all are living. You reflect the best of the America I have seen. Be it during the campaign, during my 4 years as vice president, and throughout my life. An America where we recognize that we are all in this together. That no matter our background, we share the same dreams, aspirations, and ambitions for ourselves and our family. That we all have so much more in common than what separates us. That is our knowledge. An America where we are guided by the ideals that have always defined us when we are at our best. Dignity.
Don't forget to
And
like,
decency.
share, and subscribe.
Fairness, freedom, and opportunity for all. An America where we recognize that the true measure of the strength of a leader is not based on who you beat down, it's based on who you lift up. And the story of America's progress, you all know history. The story of America's progress, when we have made progress, in many ways is the story of people who stayed true to their ideals, even in the face of difficulty. The story of Americans who, yes, faced disappointment, but did not grow weary. Did not grow weary. Who faced setbacks, but did not give up. People who refused to let the light of America's promise dim or burn out in moments of challenge. The movements for civil rights, women's rights, workers' rights, the United States of America itself
Trump.
would never have come to be.
Shout out to Hannah.
If people had given up their
And
cause
shout out to Lala.
after a court case or a battle or an election did not go their way. What Sasha wrote and what
Yeah.
we here know is that in moments like this,
Kamala
the true test of our character
Nah, dog.
is how
Nah.
resilient and persistent we are to pursue the future that we all can see. The true test of our commitment is whether, in the face of an obstacle, do we throw up our hands or do we roll up our sleeves?
I would too.
And as we approach, and as we then approach the end of this year, many people have come up to me telling me they feel tired, maybe even resigned. Folks who have said to me that they're not sure whether they have the strength, much less the desire, to stay in the fight. But let me be very clear. No one can walk away. No one can walk away. We must stay in the fight. Every one of us,
We stand to fight
including the
against you,
fight for an
lady.
economy that works
And Joe
not
Biden.
just for those at the top,
And
but for
Obama.
working people, for all Americans. The fight to make sure everyone has a fair shot to pursue
That's
their
what she always
ambitions.
does.
The fight for our ideals, including the equality among us, the freedoms to which we are entitled, the dignity
Yep,
that
democratic.
we possess and is possessed by every one of us. So we must stay in the fight, because that is the responsibility, in my opinion, that comes
Oh,
with the
this
privilege
was
of being
like,
an American.
I think yesterday, day
This-
before yesterday.
And
This
that
was the day
responsibility
before yesterday,
has
2 days ago.
always then fueled the American experiment. In our country, you see, the recognition that we are all created equal with certain
Yo,
fundamental
Hannah,
rights and
Luther King.
freedoms.
She hitting Dr. Martin
The
Luther King.
belief
Yo,
that here
Hannah,
in our
what's
country
going
anything
on,
is
yo?
possible. The promise of America itself is a powerful
Her speech is
yet
draining their energy.
fragile idea.
That's funny.
Powerful because it has inspired
If she
billions
speaks her
of
mind,
people
nothing comes out.
and made it possible for us to become the strongest, most prosperous nation in the world,
Oh, he is funny.
yet fragile. Because that idea is only as strong as our willingness to fight for it. Only as strong as our faith that we, the people, are the ones who make it real.
Can't stop that. Just gotta keep on.
So I will say this as we close out this year. I ask of you this,
Please.
that those here and anyone watching,
So far the
you
poll,
will not walk
92
away.
votes. Would you vote for Kamala?
that you will stay true to your spirit and your sense of purpose.
Darn. 85% said they
That you
wouldn't
will
vote for it so
continue
far.
saying
to
yes.
fight.
There's something
for
wrong
the
with them.
promise
Well, all that
of
15%
America.
is still will vote for her. She need $20
And
million.
I ask you
Since
to remember
she got a lot of
the
debt right
context
now.
in which you exist. Yeah, I did that.
That's crazy.
I ask you to remember
Unbelievable.
that this
Word salad.
struggle is not new. It goes back nearly 250 years to Lexington and Concord. Generation after generation, it has been driven by those who love our country, cherish its ideals, and refuse to sit passive while our ideals are under assault. And now this fight to keep the light of America's promise and to ensure it burns bright. Well, this fight now,
Look at this.
It
And this is
continues
after
with you.
vacationing in Hawaii.
you are its heirs.
She should
We
look better than this.
Are its heirs. So I'll end with
She's
this.
had rest.
Get some rest over the holidays.
You need some rest. I don't know why
Spend
she looks
time
like
with the
that.
people you love. You know, I believe family comes in many forms. There's family by blood and there's family by love. I urge you then, after you have had some rest, in fact, I challenge you to come back ready. Ready to chart our path to the future. Chin up, shoulders back. Forever impatient for change. And like Sasha, ready to summon
Is Sasha a real
Your
person or
drive,
she talking about
your
Obama
energy,
Sasha?
your passion, to help our fellow Americans and be ready to get back to work, fighting for opportunity and freedom, fighting for fairness and dignity,
that we didn't get
and
with your
fighting for this
administration,
country we love
that you
and
destroyed.
the future we share. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
It's just amazing, like the things like she had to say, like the poll, like I'm about to end it, so I don't know you guys that didn't vote, but 82% said no, they wouldn't vote for her in 2028, and I believe it's 16% that said that they would vote for her. Can someone share why would you vote for Kamala Harris? Like, do you think that this administration is doing a great job? I'm going to end it now. So 17% say yes, that they'll vote for her. And that's why I'm glad that Trump won the popular vote. He won every swing state, because some people are so delusional. It's just amazing that after all this, that anyone, after seeing her, you think that she's presidential. If you believe that, I'm going to close the poll. So if anybody else is going to vote, you got to go ahead. I'm going to close it. So right now, it's 17% said that they would vote for her, and 83% said no. So I want to know if anyone, I'm going to end the poll. Why would you vote for Kamala to run for president again? And she had raised more money, I think, than anybody in the history of running for president in this country in 3 months on top of it. And she blew through $1.5 billion and $20 million in debt. And you think that she's able to run this country? Talking about the burden has been unburdened. So can you share why would you vote for her? I voted for her, but I don't feel I will vote for her again. Okay, so that's true. That's true. You're speaking your truth. I'm glad that you would even say that. 7% will vote for her. One brain cell would do usable for her. That's correct. The country is trash. They made the country if it's trash. 27 years behind Lord. America will burn with Trump as president. You think America will burn with Trump as president, but you didn't think that this person and Bidenomics, you know what they've done to this country? Are even American? Because what they have done to this country, and mind you, I voted for them last election, not this election. Because once I saw, damn, we've been a Democrat all this time. Once I saw what they have done, are you kidding me? I had no idea. I would have never supported them, ever. It's unbelievable. You know, if you can't see what's going on, that's how disturbed this world is. You can't say that this person could be the president of the United States of America. It's just impossible. I'd rather even Michelle Obama would, at least she's smart and she's articulate and she could stand 10 toes down. She knows government, she knows law, she knows how to conduct herself with world leaders. This lady can't even talk without a teleprompter. And then she still sounds unfit. It's crazy. You can't say nothing about Trump. Nothing. He got more respect as president-elect. People, soon as he got nominated and won November the 5th election, all the world leaders started reaching out to him. They're meeting him at Mar-a-Lago. All the billionaires, everybody's coming to meet with him. Like Biden is still the sitting president. Kamala is still the vice president. Nobody is reaching out. Nobody's talking. Meanwhile, Biden is still trying to destroy the country. He's still giving Ukraine $50 billion. Then he done snuck another billion to Ukraine. Zelensky is a little sneaky snake. You know, they're doing all this with taxpayer dollars like it's nothing. All this stuff, they're trying to sell the wall. America voted to put that damn wall back up. And Biden was trying to sell it for pennies on the dollar. to give the wall away that was bought for with our American dollars. That's been laid on the ground the last 4 years. And they were going to we want that wall back up. We want the wall up. We want the wall up. That's why American citizens, and I was one of them, they voted for Trump. We want that wall up. And they're going to try to sell the wall. All billions of dollars probably worth of wall on the ground, and they was trying to sell it underneath Trump. And then we would have to buy it again because that wall is going up. Unbelievable. All they've done is try to hurt Americans. That's it. Their whole agenda has been against American citizens, and it's been for the rest of the world. If you're a legal immigrant, you made out. You made out. If I was a legal immigrant coming in, I would have look, put me in a luxury hotel, give me this, give me that, giving me $13,000, $15,000 for food stamps. Really? They getting Social Security. They getting everything. He's not cutting Social Security. He said it around 1 million times. People say I used to think like you. I used to listen to MSNBC only and CNN and ABC, CBS. I used to listen just to them. And that's the rhetoric. They talk rhetoric. That's the rhetoric they keep saying to you. They said he was behind Project 2025. He's not Project 2025. He's Agenda 47. That's the Heritage Foundation. That's a whole different organization that's been around for years. But they want to fearmonger people, The View, and everybody been fearmongering, talking about Project 2025. And I fell for that. People fall for that stuff because they be lying. He has nothing to do with Project 2025. That's a whole nother organization. But that's what they said he's Hitler too. Is how they gonna, how bad Hitler was? And you're gonna try to say someone is Hitler? All they did was just name call, and they was so corrupt. Look how they set Kamala up even for the debate. They set it up for her not to get any questions, not to fact check her. ABC had 3 on Trump. He had to debate 3 people. And 93% of his covering was always negative, and 100% of hers is always positive. Media is supposed to be, they're not supposed to be biased. They're not supposed to be on one side and not on the other. You're supposed to report the news.
Yeah, someone says send billions to Ukraine. Meanwhile, there's people still waiting on FEMA in Florida.
Oh, Jesus. That's the truth. They send money like that to Zelensky is a billionaire. Okay, he's a billionaire. He's got yachts. He's became a billionaire off of American money. Y'all don't know that they pocketing that money. That's why they want war. There's money in wars. Biden was trying to start a war leaving office. He's trying to have this country in the worst shape possible. There's nothing great that they have done for this country. And people, like you said, are waiting for money from FEMA, and they sent another $1 billion over to Ukraine, gave him, how many billions have he gotten so far? 77 billion? How many billions have been spent on the immigrants? How much money's been spent on them just this year?
Ukraine.
Oh, last year, what was it? $507 million, I think, in one state or whatever, that's been spent on the immigrants.
Ukraine is not paying nothing back.
They're not paying nothing back.
You can forget that.
And we send them all the weapons and everything, and people still aren't being helped that's here in the United States. You cannot tell me that that's okay. Especially, I expect people that's not from here, because they're getting everything done for them. 208 billion. But I do expect people that are American citizens to at least have the decency to say that those people, imagine you was in a freaking hurricane and you lost your job, your house, your cars, you lost everything. And the government did nothing to help you, and you hear all this money going to other countries and they still haven't helped you, and everybody forgot about you. Everybody just moved on. And they got our people living in tents, just regular tents out there, outside in tents. And you got immigrants living in luxury hotels, and they complain about food. They get everything. And we're not going to take care of a handful of American citizens that have been through a freaking hurricane. Come on now. That's right. That's why we need Trump. And that's why I voted for Trump. Trump, Trump, Trump. I even got my viral video. It's probably up to like 1 million and like I think 240,000 people. I got like probably 65,000 likes. I'm used to getting a lot of likes, but that's on there when I said, look, ain't no way that I would vote for that freaking Biden or Kamala. He was running at the time, Biden or Kamala. And then I'm with Biden, greeting him, welcoming him to the city. So I'm done with them. There's no way. There's no way you're going to give all this money while you got people still waiting for it. That's right, Trump, Trump, Trump. Next time I'll put my Trump, Trump, Trump shirt on. There's no way. And then Kamala said nothing different she would do. And no plan for American citizens, had no policy, nothing to help us. No. What did you do, Elijah? Yeah, right. And it's just funny when people got something to say while this government that's in power now, they're not doing anything and nobody holds their feet to the fire. Nobody holds this administration feet to the fire. Nobody's saying anything about how horrible it's been for us American people. They're the ones that had the food prices go up like this. They're the ones responsible for inflation. They're the ones responsible for men and women sports. They're responsible for men and women locker rooms. They're the ones responsible for everything, the open borders and all the illegal immigrants flying them in. They're the responsible for the Americans that lost their lives because of some of these people they're allowed to come in, that they know the criminals came in here. They're responsible for more to come, but it's going to be under Trump's watch when they start acting up. And then you're going to have the Democrats say, oh, look at Trump. What Trump going to do? Trump didn't do this. He's trying to clean this crap up. He's trying to clean this up. He can't do this in 4 years. They've done so much damage to this country. I don't know if this country will ever be the same again. This is crazy. We were blessed that God kept him around. If something had happened to him, we would be done. There'll be no coming back from this mess. There'll be no coming back because we didn't have real leadership. We didn't have people. Biden didn't know what he was doing. Look what they've done to this country, for God's sakes. You think President Xi, when Biden went to the summit that was in Brazil, he's wandering around behind some freaking pineapple tree. All the leaders are taking pictures. President Xi is standing front and center where the president of the United States is supposed to be at. And they was telling him, wait, don't leave. They all took their picture. They was laughing. They left Biden out of the picture. They have no respect for him. They didn't even care. They had to call them back and have the leaders come back and put Biden in the picture. He going to then give $1 billion to, I think he gave $1 billion to Africa or somewhere, Brazil. He gave $1 billion to them. Then he wandered into the freaking rainforest. That's who our president, this is too funny. That's who our president has been. He going to turn around and wander into the rainforest. Doing everything for everyone except for American citizens. They could try to troll Trump all he wants. Elon has no position to do anything without Trump. He's in an appointed position. He's not in an elected position. So all they're trying to troll, because one thing about it, he's going to straighten this crap out. This government and what's going on, all this wasteful spending, they coming for it. All that stuff that's going on, the FBI been hiding, a lot of stuff is going to come out. Trump about to release all the freaking stuff from the Kennedy assassinations to probably what happened to him. All this stuff, the truth is going to come out. And that's why Biden pardoned his son, talking about 10 years back. Y'all don't have a problem with that. All the ones that said they would still vote for Kamala. Nobody has a problem with that. And the worst thing is that Black people need to vote according to policy and not identity politics, especially for the Democrats have had 60 years to make a difference and do something for Black people. And Black people need to stop just giving our votes to a party that just lied to us every 4 years and do nothing for us. Nothing. It's time to get off that plantation. Do nothing. So that's how it is. But one thing about this country, that you can vote for whomever you want to vote for, and that's the wonderful thing about this country. But you couldn't, ain't no way that I would vote for anything like Tampon Tim and her. I've never seen anything as bad as them. They were the worst candidates ever, and people literally voted. People were voting for two fools. She couldn't talk. He couldn't talk. He worrying about tampons in boys' bathrooms, trying to cut off children penises. Come to my state. You could be safe here to do the operation so we can ruin your life forever as a child. So I'm just so thankful that God is in control. I'm so thankful that the devil lost. Ain't no way that these people should be in office. All this stealing, and they're not for the American people. Look at all the people that died coming over the border. All these missing children. What about the 340,000 missing kids? Nobody's saying anything about that. You got all these missing children. You got fentanyl. All these Americans are dying. China just rolling it all in. Trump going to stop all this nonsense. This is, and people acting like, nobody's coming for this administration. Just like they hold Trump account, they hold his feet to the fire for everything. They should have been holding their feet to the fire for the things they haven't done for us. And, groceries, that they going up because of Biden. All this, everything we're going through is because of this administration. And it's not going to end overnight. It's not going to end January the 20th because somebody got elected president. It took 4 years to get us like we are now. And it's going to take 4 years to get us out of this dilemma. And it's going to take time. And that's the end of the day. But at least we got somebody that's trying to do something. These people weren't trying to do nothing for us. Let's see. Yeah, this country has changed. Try visiting New York right now. They're allowed to go in the stores and they just steal. They be locking them up over and over and over and over again. And they're stealing. They got to lock up everything in the stores. They stealing everything. And then if they're arrested, they let them right out. They let them right out. They mugging people. They have raped people. They have done everything. They have destroyed that city. A lot of the apartment buildings, people can't even find places to live. It costs so much to live in New York for just a small square footage. And some of these people, they live in luxury apartments or luxury hotels. And you got New Yorkers that can't afford to live there. They can't afford groceries. Everything, milk is like $10 there. Everything is so high in New York. It's like they said New York right now is like a third world country. That's what it's like. It's not the same. You got 200,000 immigrants in New York. They have blown. New York budget is so blown. They can't afford to take care of these people like that. You can't have 12, 14, 15 million people come into your country and you have to take care of them. It's unsustainable. But you're not even taking care of your own people. That's my thing. You're not taking care of the people that's here. Like, I'm going to take care of my family before I take care of your family. That's just fact. You're going to take care of your kids before somebody else's kids. But that's not what this government did. This government is taking care of other people's kids and not our kids. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. You got to take care of the people that's here. You shouldn't be in New York. Try going there. Try going to Chicago. The people going off. They got a crazy behind mayor. I'm glad Bordazar Homan is going there. Them people been crying for him to get there. They just trampling over them people. They want to raise their real estate taxes. They wanted $300 million. They have taken the people, kids out of their schools, them turn them into shelters. They've taken over their parks. They've taken over everything. The city has a budget deficit because half the money, like 400 million went to the freaking immigrants. And they just trampling over the people. The people are crying out, please come here and help us. Y'all need to watch what's going on. I got another video talking about Chicago Mayor Brandon. It's crazy what's going on. Y'all got to keep up what's going on out here. Go to Aurora. What they doing? Those apartment buildings, they talking about people were just lying. These migrants, like they going in there and they got them on film, breaking in. They got rifles, they got shotguns and everything. And they acting like the lady, I think she's with city council, whatever. Like she was crazy. Now they going to go in and they're going to arrest the people. Now it's real. I mean, it was real then. But the mayor ignored it. The governor ignored it. Your own people that were elected ignore what the people are going through. But now it's a big deal once they take and they torture two residents and stab them and pull their fingernails off and everything they did to them. Now it's real. They don't do that in America. They pulling fingernails. This is crazy. And when people were telling them, they had it on video, like people didn't believe what they were seeing. Are you kidding me? So you want to see what's going on in America? Go to San Francisco. Go to all these different places, these cities, these sanctuary cities, and see what's going on and what it's doing to the economy. And see, that's what people try to bring up. Can you stop black? No, you can't stop white people from killing white people. The guy that just killed that healthcare, he was white. You can't stop black people from killing each other. You can't stop white people or Asians. A lot of races, they kill each other. But that don't mean that you could kill them. That doesn't make it right for you to kill them. No, we can't. But we could pray, we could hope for better, but that's because it's been allowed. It has to stop. You got, like that money that they gave the immigrants, they should have gave reparations to black people. So those same people, if they had a head start and they had money that they could invest, they have money, they could get a home and they could go to school and they could go to college, they could have opportunity, then all that wouldn't be going on. They should have gave the money to the black community that built this freaking country. But they said, no, we could get the immigrants and we could bring them in. We don't have to give the black people anything because the black people are going to vote Democratic anyway. So we don't have to give black people what's owed to them, like what was owed to the Jews, the Native American, the Chinese people that suffered from Pearl Harbor. But no, we're going to give it to them. And that's what they did. They could have given the money a long time to help the black community. Our ancestors and people went through hell building this nation. And hasn't been any reparations, but everybody else get reparations. So, but that's how it is. Jesus will be back before anything is done. So, and that's why we need to stop voting for the Democrat Party.
Exactly.
That's why we need to stop. You need to vote according to policy. Who's the best candidate? Don't just vote for someone because they look like you or they're black or whatever. You vote for who has the best policies that's going to be good for you and your family.
So I said my ancestors went through hell too, but I'm white, so what?
So you could say, so what? Were your family sold in slavery? Did they sell were the kids sold? Were they lynched? Were they hung on a freaking tree? Did they work sun up and sun down? Were they given the worst of the worst food, worst clothes? Were they uneducated? They weren't even allowed to go to school. They wasn't allowed to learn. They wasn't allowed to build a life for themselves.
What happened?
Did they have chains around their necks and ankles and sold and auctioned off like cattle?
Look at what happened to Emmett Till.
Don't say nothing.
Look at what happened to Emmett Till.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about that. I went to the Black American Museum in Washington. They have Emmett Till in there in his casket and everything. What they did to that child, he was a child. It was lied on that he pulled that whistle at a freaking white woman, and they tortured and murdered that child. And that's what white people could get away with. They get away with it now. You could be a black person, and
Good Daniel Penny.
Yeah, Daniel Penny, like, look, they try to like he was a hero taking a life, somebody that was suffering from mental illness, but you have other people in ethnic groups could do, they actually putting hands on people and they don't do nothing. So a lot of stuff needs to change. That's why we need an anti hate crime bill. But that's how it is. You just got to continue putting one foot in front of the other and keep on believing in God and just plead the blood of Jesus over you, because no weapon formed against you shall prosper. But this country was heading in the wrong direction, and it's not going to change overnight. The groceries are not going to change overnight. Gas is not going to change overnight. A lot of things are not going to change overnight. It's going to take time. Just like it took 4 years for them to do all the damage that they have done.
Yeah, Dave seems suspicious.
Who?
Dave.
Who's that?
He's the guy who's saying that, so what?
Well, the truth hurts.
He's saying now that no one is alive that was a slave.
Yeah, well, they got ancestors. What difference does that make? Supposed to discount what they went through? Yeah, it's easy for people to say when it was what if it was someone, if it had happened to you or someone in your family, it doesn't matter. It happened. And when things happen, that's why what happened to the Jews, a lot didn't happen to the people that's actually living there, but they got reparations. A lot of countries gave reparations to things that people and ancestors have encountered through the hands of injustice. So it's from that nation. So it's no different. It's no different. You want to be a managing monitor? Oh, yeah. Let's see how you do. Elijah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's frozen or what. I wanted to make somebody else a monitor. This is a lot of trolls. It's been going on like even the last time. I don't understand what's going on with this. Well, when they come back on, you know what? Can I do it on my laptop?
Yeah.
Do it on my laptop. See if you can do it on there. He's gonna try to do it on my laptop because I don't know why. Something like last time, if you click my name and press add as manager monitor, it helps filter. Okay, he said just, you doing it on there?
I just made it on
Okay, he made you one. Okay.
So I gotta use the laptop. I don't know what's with
I don't know what's going on with this. It's just been, usually you could do it. It's just for some reason it's been sticking or something. Because I couldn't even do anything.
Dave's trying to have a debate.
What do you want to debate about? I can't wait till we bring some people on because I want to see them. I want them to debate. I love a good debate. I love it. Bring people on and let them debate.
Yeah, he's a mod now.
Okay, yeah. You on. And you know what? There's like people, even like Van Jones. Like we look at him. There are a lot of people now that was saying one thing, and now they all.
You got a hater in there.
What happened?
Some ugly black lady.
It's always black people. Our people are so freaking lost. It's like, it's so terrible. Even people close to me, it's just unbelievable that stuff that's been going on, and they so hurt. Kamala convinced them that she was black. That's all it took. She been an Indian. When she was a senator, she was an Indian.
You know how big racist Joe Biden is?
Then she became a preacher. Yeah, Joe Biden was Italian, black, Irish. She inherited that from him. Ain't the all right, Candace Owens. Yeah, so it's like it's so many people. Oh, here he is. So many people that have made a difference. I'm trying to get him up here. Here we go. Look at him. Like now, see, it's funny. It's like they kind of saying like Van Jones, like he woke up, and I don't know what's up with him. Anytime he missed that Trump is smarter than all of us. Even Van Jones is like,
Someone said Harris lost. Why so stressed out about her? Let's move forward.
no, she's going wants to run again. She's still a conversation because people are still lost. People are still bugging.
Because he has the White House, the Senate, the House.
Totally agree.
Court, the popular vote. This dude is a phenomenon. He is the most powerful human on earth and in our lifetime.
This is Van Jones.
Well, how is this God? We look like idiots.
You're totally right.
He's talking about you're totally right. You look like an idiot. This is so dumb.
Is accepted. So are we reaching that?
This is a baby learning to walk. This baby hasn't learned how to talk. This baby hasn't learned how to reason or rational. What we're watching here is not notable. It's only notable in that it's them noticing the first step on the way to adulthood. What I mean by this is, of course, Donald Trump is incredibly smart. Everyone knows this. That's like understanding the gravity exists. What they don't understand is
like the guy, like you're totally right. You're an idiot.
Possesses. I was texting with another old friend of ours last night about J.D. Vance. You know what's interesting about J.D. Vance? Not that he's smart, but that he's smart and he's normal. That's a rare combo. Donald Trump is smart, and believe it or not, normal. And
believe it or not,
Rachel, strong. And that is what they neglect to continue to appreciate. That combination, that strength is the outlier, okay? He saw the culture movement, but seeing it and doing something about it is one step because they all pushed back so hard on it.
They pushed
and tried to stop him. It took unreal strength.
It's amazing that he became convicted.
His strength is
it's just amazing that Trump became president. He went through so much. And it's funny just to see all these people that fought him so hard. That's what I want to put. They like, now it's like they having a awakening. Van wakes up, calls out. I mean, it's like they losing their mind. Like, what is this?
Wasn't he crying before?
Yeah, he was crying. Van Jones is always crying. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Van Jones, Trump is smarter than all of us. Van wakes up. I'm trying to find, is that a different one? It's like, I'll see if this one with him talking because.
There's a reckoning inside the Democratic Party. Kamala Harris promised us freedom. Well, she delivered it to us because now we're free from having to run anything in Washington, D.C. That's not what we were signing up for. It's what we got. I hope the party takes a chance to look at the fact that we pushed all our rebels out of this party. We had a rebellion in our party in 2016. It was called Bernie Sanders. You had a rebellion in your party in 2016. It was called Donald Trump. Your rebel won. Our rebel lost. And then since then, the rebels in our party have been pushed out. RFK was a rebel inside of our party. He wanted to run against Joe Biden fair and square. The DNC wouldn't let him. Pushed him out. You can walk down the list. Don't forget Elon Musk was a Andrew Yang Democrat 4 years ago. He's out. You can walk down the list. Joe Rogan was very favorable toward Michelle Obama. He was a Bernie guy. He's out. So there's something that's happened in this party where the rebels in this party no longer feel like they have a place.
So it appears that CNN's Van Jones is suddenly having an epiphany after this election where he's realizing, actually, nobody really is listening to the mainstream media. Yeah, Kamala Harris did run a really bad
They have
campaign,
lost so
and the
many
Democrat Party
viewerships.
is completely out of touch with working class people. And it is kind of funny to see because to some extent, it's like, okay, where were all of these realizations before the election? You know, I understand to some degree the partisanship of not wanting to counter signal your own side on election year, but it's like, okay, clearly you guys recognized this all along, but you told us that Kamala Harris was doing fantastic and people really like her, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, we always knew she was running a bad campaign. But nonetheless, let's hear out what Van Jones has to say about the current state of the Democrat Party and the mainstream media. And folks, do us a big favor, make sure you hit that like button down below, subscribe if you are new, help us hit our goal of 400K subs by the end of the year. And with
Wow.
that said, okay, here
Help
is
me
Van
hit my
Jones
goal.
basically talking about how Kamala Harris ran a
10,000
really
before the end
failed
of the year.
campaign, and the Democrat Party actually kind of sucks right now. All right, check it out.
Look, I think winning the midterms cost us because it gave a false sense of confidence to Joe Biden and to a lot of DC Democrats. Most people in the party didn't feel that way. People were shocked that Biden wanted to run again and disappointed, and the polls showed it immediately. It wasn't like there was some big mystery about that. Look, this is a party that loves Joe Biden. Loves Joe Biden. You never hear people talk about a politician with as much love as they do, but people were disappointed that he decided to run again. And
really,
he received
because before the June 27th debate, where finally Democrats had to admit reality, all I heard constantly was how amazing Joe Biden is. Remember when Joe Scarborough, like right before that debate, went on TV and said, Joe Biden is amazing and the sharpest he's ever been, and there's no way Donald Trump can come back. Joe Biden's got this. Oh, shoot. Everyone saw our lies. Okay, sub in Kamala Harris. Wait a minute, Kamala Harris is an amazing candidate. No, she wasn't, right? So it's like, okay, I understand what he's saying, but I have to ask the Democrats, if you were really so woke on this and you really understood this, where was this rhetoric? Where were the alarm bells before the election? Because I didn't really hear them, right? And I'll give a couple of exceptions, like, rare credit here, but like Schenck over at TYT was doing this. A couple Democrats were doing this. I don't think Van Jones was one of those characters. I don't know, just saying.
The red wave didn't show up in the midterms, but it sure showed up later. The last thing I just want to say is that, there's a reckoning inside the Democratic Party. Kamala Harris promised us freedom. Well, she delivered it to us because now we're free from having to run anything in Washington, D.C.
That's true, though. Van Jones is not exactly
It is
wrong
just so
about that.
crazy. It's crazy.
Diana, that's not a good mindset to have.
What did they say?
She said that we will suffer regardless of who's in power.
No, I won't suffer because we follow Jesus. Yeah, you're not going to suffer. You know what? Some leaders, like God said in the Bible, when the righteous are in charge, the people rejoice. But when you have corrupt, evil leaders, the people mourn. We had evil, corrupt leaders. That's why the people have been mourning. So now there's hope. Kamala said that she wouldn't do anything differently than what was done in her administration. She's still the sitting vice president. And she said the people want change. Yes, we did want to change, and we showed it when we voted. We wanted change from them. So anything is better than what we've been going through. And what they've done to this country, they have destroyed this country. Nobody has done as much harm as they have to the United States of America. When you open up those borders like that and you did not vet people coming in, then you did a disservice to every American citizen. That's what happened. That's what happened to us. And it's going to take years to get this country back together past Trump's term. Oh, Van Jones crying. Van Jones, Trump is brilliant. He's so funny. But yeah, it's like it's been nothing but still meltdowns. And if you watch CNN, if you look at MSNBC, they're still whining. That's why we're on here. If I put them on, you'll see they're whining, they're crying. They're CNN, MSNBC, ABC, all those networks, their numbers have plummeted. They had to pay Trump, what was it, $16 million they got to pay, and they got Stephanopoulos, they got to apologize to him for all the things they said about him, what was defamation of character or whatever, that these people and their ratings have dropped tremendously. They have dropped. People aren't watching them. The people are watching content creators. They're on Twitter, that's now called X. They're on TikTok. They're getting their news source everywhere else except from them channels. The View, their viewership has dropped. All their viewership has dropped. And you know who viewership has skyrocketed, that has gone up? Fox News, because Fox News was calling out Biden. You have to look at all news. You can't just, that's what I was doing. I was just watching MSNBC. I thought that they were telling everything. Rachel Maddow, I used to love them, but they were lying to us.
threw away my Trump hat.
Yeah, I threw away my son. Like he liked Trump the last election. I threw his Trump hat away. I was so angry at him. And now this year I'm like Trump, Trump, Trump.
Now she got a Trump hat.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, I got Trump t-shirts I'm selling or whatever. So this is like night and day from last election and this election. But yeah, but they're on there and they still don't understand what the people want. They're still saying the same thing. They still don't understand that people want a better economy. People don't want men and women sports. People don't want men and women bathrooms. People don't want the only thing women rights is abortion. And women can take birth control for abortion, for birth control. They can keep their legs closed. They can have sex with somebody they actually want to have a child with. They don't need their birth control to be having an abortion. You know, and they talking about that's women's rights. Like women have a right to be able to feed the kids that are alive that they got to take care of. Women have a right to have a great job. Women have a right to own a home. Women have a right to be able to go into a spa that ain't so dude in there talking about he a woman and you looking at him 6'6", his junk out, and he's standing in the mirror and he talking about he a woman. And you got a daughter, a child, and this man is unrobing. So we have other rights other than abortion, and that's all she ran on. And she is the sitting vice president. She is supposed to run on their record. Trump had a record, and Biden and Kamala had a record.
So Laura's for abortion. She said, if you do not want an abortion, do not have one, but do not try to control other people's lives.
What if they,
women will never be treated equally by the Republican Party.
Women aren't being treated equally by the freaking Democratic Party. Do you know that they want men in your sports? You think a man is being treated equally? Are you crazy for real? I mean, that's just the craziest thing I ever heard for someone to say. I mean, you're not being treated when they want a man to play against you. And they want a man in the bathroom with you. Are you kidding me? I mean, people are so lost. It's just like, it's crazy. Abortion, you could keep your freaking legs closed. How about taking birth control pills? How about the man wearing a freaking condom? How about that? Your birth control is not supposed to have an abortion. That's not women's rights. You could do with your body whatever you want to do with your body. Trump made it so that instead of the federal government saying what people can do and what they can't do, he made it so that each state, since you need an abortion, each state can decide on, and they could vote on the rights, whether they want to have abortions or not. It's given to the states. That's better for you. It's better for you.
Yeah.
That your state has the right, since you need one. They act like every woman on the earth need a freaking abortion, and that's taking away your right to kill the baby. God darn, and they ain't taking away your right. You have a right not to have sex. You have a right to make sure that man wear a condom, especially you don't want a baby by him.
To take birth control.
Take birth control. Stop sleeping around. You have a right not to sleep around.
Now abortion's the new birth control.
Abortion is not birth control. And you have the right in your state, and you can vote on whether you can kill a baby or not. People, I mean, she ran so much. Kamala brainwashed people. Yeah. Oh, women's rights. And you got the men talking about, yeah, I'm going to vote for her. A man ain't getting no damn abortion. He's like, yeah, get that abortion. Now I got to pay child support for the next 18 years.
Now Laura said they do not want a man playing against you or men in women's bathrooms. You have to educate yourself on issues.
They got men in women's sports. I know you can see. They got men they got all these boys on playing against girls in girls' sports. They got men on rowing. You got men in the Olympics that were boxing women. You got swimmers that in college, there's men that's swimming against the girls talking about they're a woman. Are you kidding me?
Laura's getting angry.
You got men dressing like women saying they a woman. You believe that? Do you believe the emperor has on new clothes? That he ain't naked? You believe it? Do you believe it? You believe when you see a 6'6" man and he got a dress on that that's a woman? Really?
Someone else said abortion is not birth control, but abortion is quality control.
Quality control. Quality control is don't keep your legs closed. God damn, keep your legs closed. Have the man wear a condom. The man, you wear a condom. That's birth control. That's real birth control.
People are really
Take birth control pills. That's real birth control.
It's really just crazy to see people are okay with murdering babies.
They okay with it. And you know, the thing about it is like, you know what? God is blessed. I have joy. I love doing this. I am extremely happy. But I care about people. And I care about what's going on. And when people talk out of their head, like, I mean, I hope y'all don't have children. Because if this is what you're teaching kids.
Kelvin, you could look it up yourself. They put the statistics
And they tell me,
that most people that have abortions aren't rape victims.
They're not rape victims. And they're not
look it up.
And they're not excluding a rape victim from having an abortion or incest victim. And that's like a 0.1% that have actually had abortion because of those reasons. The rest of the women have an abortion because they are using it as birth control. Come on now. And that's what people try to like find. Yeah, I'm more happier than you are. Oh my God. I'm this type of person. I smile all the time. I guess like, you can tell when somebody is passionate. This is called passion. This is passion. I love this. It's passion. Passion. God is good. This is called opportunity. This is called like enlightening people. There's some people need to hear certain things. You might know, but some people, they need to be enlightened. They don't have someone that's telling them the truth because you have even the media, they lie to people so much that they can't even decipher what's true and what's untrue. They can't tell the difference. They don't know what's right and what's wrong. And that's bad. God said that's like the last days when right is wrong and wrong is right. That's what's going on right now. People calling wrong right and right wrong. It's wrong for these men to be running around talking about they're a woman and you looking at them and you know that's a guy.
Wow, I was looking up the statistics, but I found facts on abortions, and they said that 1 in every 4 women will have an abortion in their lifetime, and about 2 in every 5 pregnancies are unintended. Wow.
Yeah, because people are not getting married like that. People are not settling down. People are having sex with people that they don't plan on being with for the rest of their lives. They're having recreational sex, and then they like, oh, I'm pregnant.
Because it feels good. They just having sex.
Yeah.
Not because they love the person.
Thanks, Chevy. Chef is just taking care of all the trolls. I don't pay them no mind because they're the ones unhappy and they're sad. Yeah, they like, they have no pushback, so they just try to say whatever. But you can't be on here if you can't stand 10 toes down and you're not confident and you're not sure of yourself and you can't handle it, because that's how weak people are. There's a lot of weak people out here, and they hide behind social media, and that's their voice, or their lack of voice. Because if you actually have something that can counteract what's being said, then it's your opportunity to say it. But they never do, because they have no argument. There's nothing they could say. So when people don't have nothing to say, they insult. They insult. That's what they do.
I found it.
What?
They say...
You gotta talk up loud.
I found the statistics for abortions.
Pause it again.
They said that 0.85% of abortions were from the woman being raped. 0.65% was from the woman's life being endangered by the pregnancy. 6.268% the women aborted for social or economic reasons, and 92% was for no reason.
92% of women that had abortions was for no reason. No reason at all. So that's their birth control. Instead of taking birth control pills, instead of the guy wearing a condom, instead of keeping your legs closed, instead of at least have sex with someone that you want to have a baby with, let hopefully is your significant other or your husband or whatever. But that's not what's going on. And that whole campaign was talking about women's rights. Like somebody, you have a right to your body. You're in control of your body. So you're making the decisions. 92% of the people, they're making the decisions. And their decision is just to have one. There's no attack on their health. They haven't been raped. None of those things have happened. And those are the decisions. The majority of the people who are having abortions are not in danger. They're not in danger. They're just having them. Okay. Elijah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna have this checked. I'm probably gonna have to take this to the iPhone because when I touch, nothing is working. Because Frosty Cupcake said, "Can you upgrade my settings so I can filter better?"
Okay. Yeah, your laptop has to be on.
I'll put it. Yeah. We probably should do that for Chevy too.
Yeah, and Gina.
And Gina. Oh. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, it should have been to Gina and Chevy as well. Let's see some filter better.
Jesus loves you too.
Let me get this on.
Here go Diana again.
What she say?
I don't know. She's saying. I don't even know who she's talking to.
Okay. All right. Gotta do it right here because. Yeah, he's a great upgrade. Do chef too. Okay, Elijah's taking care of that. Frosty. Double tap to like guys. You taking care of that? And don't forget to do Chevy and who was it? Life is a Script.
Yeah, Gina.
Is abortion murder? Who wants to answer that? Is abortion murder? Do you believe that life begins inside the womb or outside the womb? Can anybody answer that? Absolutely yes. Every life matters. Yes, it does. Let me see. Yeah, yes. They're answering you is abortion murder. Those are opportunities that they never had a chance. And it's just sad that, we're living in a modern time that they can do stuff like that. It was better when they were unable to have abortions. So all those kids that were born, whether it was out of wedlock or whatever, they were able to still be born. But because man became more advanced and they found a way to go inside the woman to remove a child, that was the worst thing that could have happened. Because now it's been made available that people get it done and you're not really looking at it like that. like maybe they might have had ways to get rid of babies, but not at the rate that we can do it now. Let me put it like that. Not at the rate they can do it now. Now it's like they go into a freaking office visit and they leave him the same day. You know, like they just went for a checkup. You know, but at the rate that they're doing it now, it's no comparison. Probably like 100 years ago, 500 years ago. You know, now it's like almost normal. They're making it like just like a trip to the doctor.
Diana, do you really think not being able to afford a baby is a reason to murder a baby?
And adoption is free. Like they said, adoption is free. So you can give the baby to someone else. But a lot of people don't understand that there are other options.
Yeah, Matthew said birth control is free. That
too. Yeah, birth control. That's what I've been trying to say. Birth control is free. Yeah. You know, birth control is free. It's better to do birth control, you know, the guy to wear a condom if you don't have birth control, whatever, versus having abortion. Anything is better than that. You know, and there are people out here that want children that can't have children, and they pray to God that they could have birth, you know, have a baby. So a lot of things we take for granted. You know, a lot of things we take for granted. There are people that wish to God they're paying all kinds of money trying to have a child, and they can't have any. You know, no matter what they do and no matter how much they pay. So it's a blessing to be able to have a child, but you know, there are other options and women have more rights than that. That's not, it's like they made that like the poster child for women to be able to have abortion. That, oh, you're taking away my women rights, you know. Come on now. We got more rights than that.
Diana say. Choice is just have the man wear a condom and take birth control.
You should have a man wear a condom anyway, because you don't even know what other diseases they might have. Yeah. How many people do have diseases? So you, especially a lot of these people getting pregnant by 92% of people, they're getting pregnant by someone they don't want to have a baby with. But you could get HIV, you could get AIDS, you could get all kinds of STDs, you can get all these freaking diseases. They should be wearing a condom anyway. You could have it. Why are you doing it raw? You should be wearing a condom anyway. Mm-hmm. And then you getting pregnant by somebody you don't want to be with. Then they might have gave you something along syphilis or something. You know, it's like you should be wearing a condom. At the very least, you should be on birth control. And if it's a stranger or someone you don't have a baby with, is a one-night stand or whatever the case, whatever you're doing, you need to have that guy wear a condom. I mean, go to the store, make sure he has a condom. That's protecting you from getting something else you don't want. Because there's people out here, their least problem was getting pregnant. They wind up getting a freaking HIV or something. And that's not worth it. Condoms. Yeah. That's what they should be taking. You know what, so people that's with the right people, they don't have to worry about these kind of things. Oh, it's so funny. It's okay. Yeah, but God is good, but abortion is not the answer. Because say abortion correctly. Yeah, so God is good. But there's other ways, that you can protect yourself. And that's wearing condoms, like I was saying. I was talking too fast, I guess. So, where are you guys from? Is everyone from the United States? Is anyone on here that's from another country? Is everyone on here from the United States? You're from Washington, D.C. I was going to say, oh, what state? Okay, Utah. Okay. I'm from Canada. I want to go to Canada. I've never been to Canada or Portugal for that matter. Ohio, been there. That's where LeBron and Steph Curry is from, Ohio. Y'all have two of the greatest athletes that have ever played basketball. Texas. Yeah, I'm trying to get to Texas next week. I'm trying to get to San Antonio. I want to go to a game, a football game. San Antonio. I want to see Colorado. Who are they playing? They're in the bowl game. I want to go out there and watch them play. I think they're playing BYU. Idaho. Maine here. Yeah, we're on the East Coast, Pennsylvania. Ah, cool. Oh, we got to take some trips. I'm sitting on my, what? He's on his monetization. You reading what Chevy said? Are you guys from Philly? Yeah, Philly. You sitting on your monetization. Oh, are you asking me, am I cooking on Christmas? I am. I was trying to find out, like, kind of want turkey again. I really don't eat ham and stuff that people do. But I'm going to do the greens, the macaroni and cheese. I'm trying to think of what meat that I want to do for Christmas. But I want to have like a big dinner for Christmas as well. Are you guys cooking for Christmas? Trump 2024. What do you want? Because you know your sister and all them. I don't know what she want. Everybody want you want to see my son want turkey again. My kids probably want turkey.
Macaroni and cheese from Cracker Barrel.
Okay, you haven't applied for YouTube partnership just yet. Are you going to apply for it? Oh, you gonna have lamb? Okay, now I've never prepared lamb. What do you think about the new Stater in Chinatown? Yes, we're cooking codfish. Okay, because see, like usually for like New Year's, that's when we do seafood. That's when I usually do the crab legs. I do like a shrimp scampi pretty much. Like, so I'll do shrimp scampi, do crab legs, have the martinelli. We do like seafood for the bringing the New Year's. Can't go wrong with turkey. Yeah, I love turkey. I do. And I don't know if you guys have a Cracker Barrel, but during this time of the year, they have fried turkey. And it's so good.
So good.
It's so good. They're probably going to end it real soon. Probably going to run up there tomorrow because they only have it seasonal, but they fried turkey is really good.
We definitely gotta go.
Oh, you going to do it next week? He's talking about going to monetize next week.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Look, I didn't even know I could do anything like that. I was having so many people watching. We had like 25,000 hours. Or something like that. And I didn't even know it. What are they talking about? How many people in your house? I don't know if they talking to us. What about the black homeless on the streets, in the streets? Are they cooking? Who cares? Okay, you have way plenty of subs. Yeah, you have way more than we do. We started this in channel, what was it, like in July? Because I had a video. I didn't have a channel. I didn't get a channel, I think, not maybe until September. I had a channel. I had a video first that went viral, but I didn't have a channel or anything. I just happened to make a video by chance. It was only 15 seconds. And then, started a channel. So we had a channel for what, like 3 months? Probably for around 3 months now. I had a channel. But yeah, we got partner. No, we don't have no partners, anything. But we do have, what? I'm a movie star now. Yeah, I guess I am. I always wanted to be an actress. I went to Freedom Theater. Yeah, so we're moving up like in our numbers. It would be great by the time Christmas if we reach 10,000 subscribers. So that could be like our goal. Not Christmas, because that's like next week. By the end of the year, to reach 10,000 subs. Now that would be awesome. But we would really need to be, posting more or whatever. Because, but I was happy, like, the growth of the channel, because we only been doing it for a few months. And, it's been going well. So our numbers are going up. And I guess the more we, the channel is going to grow. The channel is going to be a whole lot better, going into the new year and all of that. So the better we get at this and everything, the bigger the channel. But, so the goal would be 10,000 subs. So that would be great to reach that. So that's why we need people to like, share, and subscribe. Get the channel up. We subscribe to you, Chef. So I don't know if you have one, we gotta check and see some of the ones like did we subscribe. I know we subscribe to Chef. So that's cool. But anyway, you guys, we're gonna get ready to get off of here. We've been on here a while. Tomorrow, look, I kind of want to talk about Travis Hunter. Trying to get to the game, trying to reach out to Bucky. He does respond to me. Hopefully he'll respond now. So trying to get some of them tickets.
Responds to me.
Bucky responds to me. So Deion Sanders, somebody getting us some tickets to go to the game. So I would love to be at that game. That's the last time that Shiloh, Shador, and Travis are going to play together. But Travis will probably be mad at me about now because I can't watch him crash and burn, and he don't like nobody talking about his relationship, but it's public, and somebody got to tell him he about to be scammed. Poor thing. He just don't know. Tell me, how she know that was going to NFL? Everybody know you were the number one player in high school and the number one player in college. I've been following him, Deion, since he went to Jackson State and became the head coach there. So I've been watching him maybe for the last 3 years. So I watch, all Well Off Media, Reach the People Media, the pregame show, that I've been watching all of them. I was going to really have a sports channel. That's how much I'm into college football. But then, I'm a legislative director, so I'm into politics too. So this just turned out to be more politics and not that.
Because this politics is more important.
Yeah, politics is more important. That's what I do. I care about what happens to us as as a country, as a nation.
Lives at stake.
Lives are at stake. Football, okay, that's entertainment. But yeah, so that's what I was going to do. But in my bio, I already had in there about my favorite players. I love Jimmy Horn. I love Deion. I love everything that they doing over there.
We used to like the Warriors.
Yeah, at first I used to be an NBA fanatic. You couldn't tell me nothing about basketball.
Number one Drake.
I was look, I knew about their lives, their families, their wives, their score, their history. I was totally into the NBA. But now I done switched to college football. So I've been into that now.
Yeah, we're Steph Curry fans.
Yeah, I have my son watching. Yeah, on his PlayStation 5 now. He got Travis Hunter's his EA Sports, and I told him to do EA Sports in college too. So that's to have fun with that. Let's go Buffalo Bills and Georgia Bulldogs. Okay. Colorado Buffaloes.
But for NFL, we root for the Chicago Bears with Caleb Williams.
Yeah, we root for Chicago Bears because we like Caleb Williams. He's the quarterback of the Bears. Go Bucks. Yeah. Go Bucks. Yeah, so I like yeah, and I love Shallow. Now they all going different teams. Travis might go to Patriots. They're going to be the top three between Shador. He might go one because the quarterbacks come off the board first. But Cam Ward, he was a 0-star. He has a better arm than Shador. He's probably even when he was with Utah, Cam Ward, Shallow. That's the only time he left the game because really Cam Ward is a better football player, but Shador is a heck of a quarterback as well. But he'll bring the fanfare because his father, who he is, he'll bring the fanfare.
They say that Cam Ward makes a lot of like rookie mistakes.
Yeah, he threw a lot of interceptions, but he'll learn. But he's really got a better arm precision. He's really good. But Dion doesn't want Shador to go to the New York Giants. But Shador I don't think he cares because he was like throwing the ball when they went to the Heisman, for Travis Hunter. He was tossing the ball with one of them Giants, I think receivers or whatever, wide receivers. But Dion wants him to go to the Raiders. But I think he's going to make it so that Shador and Shallow, he's trying to get both of his sons on the same team. So I got to see how that's going to work out. But their last game is the bowl game, against BYU. And I would love this. I messed around. I should have went out there and went to Colorado to see them prior to this. But this is just from scheduling, being busy. And now they playing the 28th of December. So hopefully they win. They got a 9-3 record. And they should have been in the playoffs, but they lost the game. Who did they lose to that they didn't go?
That running back.
Yeah, that running back. I forget what team he was on.
Destroyed though.
Yeah, he was the whole team. I don't know what was wrong with them that game.
I'm surprised
Anyway,
with a 9-3 record, they're not in the playoffs.
Yeah, 9-3, and then they win the bowl game. Then they're going to end the season with a 10-3 record.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so they've been doing great. So anyway, you guys, we're going to see if we're going to be on here tomorrow. But I don't know if I'm talking about this. I want to get back to Travis Hunter. So I really want to get back. I know Travis, I go to the game, he's going to be mad at me. So he's just going to be mad. But somebody need to tell him he about to make the biggest mistakes of his life, and people don't want to see him crash and burn. He don't understand. People got game, and he doesn't know. So anyway, you guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks, Chevy and Chef and Life is a Script. And who else was on here? What about Cupcake? And Cupcake, I don't know if Cupcake is still on here.
Who's Cupcake?
The new monitor, the one that has to be the monitor.
Yeah, God bless all of you.
I'm trying to see.
Thanks for watching.
Oh, Frosty Cupcake. I was trying to find your name. It was Frosty Cupcake. But thanks, you guys. We'll try to, don't forget to hit those likes, share, and subscribe. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We do appreciate it. Thanks for spending time. Thanks, Chef and stuff, for, spending time with us and being there for us. And we appreciate it. So anyway, you guys, have a great night. God bless you. All is well. Hope God keep you. Stay safe. Have a Merry Christmas. This is our tree. We ain't decorated yet. It's everything outside, the lawns and stuff is all decorated and everything. But we gotta put the put all the the bulbs and stuff on the tree, the Christmas bulbs and stuff. So I'll probably do that tomorrow. So anyway, you guys, we'll see y'all then. Thank you, Chef. Thank you, everyone. Good night. Have a good one. I don't know if it's going to allow me to sign out. I don't know what's been